sightseeing in our most historic city, but for the guaranteed W that comes with the trip. On their march towards 70 wins, the Bulls have taken life and liberty for granted. So facing the Sixers should only mean the pursuit of happiness for this confident squad. As for Thomas Jefferson's line about all being equal, well, TJ never saw MJ in action. Look out, Philly, the Redcoats are coming, and they have Bulls stamped across their chests. Corestates Spectrum in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Tonight, the Chicago Bulls pay a visit to the Philadelphia 76ers. Hi, everybody. I'm Wayne Larrivee. Welcome to Bulls basketball on WGN. Well, this should be interesting here tonight. The Chicago Bulls playing shorthanded without Scottie Pippen and without Dennis Rodman. Today, Rodman was served a 6-game suspension and $20,000 fine by the National Basketball Association, and here is why. Saturday night, in New Jersey, a minute 31 to go first quarter. Dennis has already picked up his second technical foul. He's out of the game. This action right there, the headbutt of the official Ted Bernhardt, that's what got him the suspension. Plus, he did not leave the court in an orderly fashion. Pleasure to have alongside Johnny Red Kerr. And Red, as a result of the suspension, the Bulls will have to make an adjustment in their lineup here tonight.
Well, absolutely. With Rodman out for the 6 games, you've got Scottie Pippen, who they're trying to rest. You've got Caffey, who's on the injured list. He's got a problem, so they're going to start Bill Wennington tonight. But with all of that, we went to Phil Jackson. We said, what's your reaction to Dennis's suspension?
Well, Wayne, I would be fibbing if I said I wasn't surprised at the severity, but I think it said something. The NBA made a statement that, you know, you don't touch any of our people. Automatically touching an official, bumping him or whatever carries a suspension with it. I think there's other things that exacerbated it, and I think that it sends a message to us and sends a message to Dennis. Appropriate, I think it's appropriate in this regard, is that you know, we do have to have control out there in the court, and response is that I hope we go straight down the road and continue from this point on towards a championship that we've been driving at.
You know, we've seen Michael Jordan put forth some spectacular efforts, but never have we seen Michael Jordan quite as versatile as he was in New Jersey the other night. A scorer in the first half, a rebounder in the second.
Absolutely right. He took care of business when it came to putting the ball in the basket. A little one-on-one move here, up over the top of Vernon Fleming. He knocks it in. Now Dennis is out. He had 3 rebounds in the first half, Michael did, and now he comes in strong with 13 big rebounds to help his team win. And he's still making a spectrum of himself.
Yeah,
you know that way.
Is. There's a lot of history here in this building for Michael Jordan, and tonight he could reach 24,000 career points. As far as the Philadelphia 76ers are concerned, this is obviously a struggling ball club. Worst record in the Eastern Conference. They do have a couple of young players to build around, though, in a North Carolina alum, Jerry Stackhouse, and Clarence Weatherspoon, their power forward.
Jerry Stackhouse in North Carolina has done an outstanding job in his rookie year. And to go along with Clarence Weatherspoon, who they moved into the power forward spot, we'll see 2 young faces in some different situations here tonight.
And speaking of different situations and different faces, you're going to see a lot of that for the Chicago Bulls tonight without Dennis Rodman, without Scottie Pippen. Should be an interesting ball game. Bulls and 76ers starting lineups. Opening tip just ahead on WGN.
Chicago Bulls basketball is brought to you by New Miller Beer, brewed from the heart of the hops. Your local Ford dealer. See your local Ford dealer today and see why there's more to afford. McDonald's of Chicagoland in Northwest Indiana. Have you had your break today? Electric Avenue, Montgomery Ward, the store for great prices on brand name electronics and appliances. AT&T, the official telecommunications company of the NBA. Your Chicagoland, Northwest Indiana Toyota dealers. I love what you do for me, Toyota. And by Southwest Airlines, the official airline of WGN TV Sports. Fly Southwest, the low-fare airline.
Wayne Larrivee, Johnny Red Kerr at the Corestates Spectrum in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Here are the starting lineups for tonight's game for the 57-7 Bulls. They're 25-7 on the road. It begins with Toni Kukoc up front.
His last 3 starts, he's averaging 20 a game.
Also on the front line tonight, Bill Wennington gets a rare start at power forward.
Great job the other night. 8 points, 6 rebounds, and a block shot.
In the center position, Luc Longley.
I hope Luke has a little better night here. 1 for 9 against the Nets.
In the backcourt, Harper.
Ronnie teams with Michael to give him a very good defensive backcourt.
And as you mentioned, Michael Jordan, we spoke of him in the open.
Yeah, he's averaging 40 points a game against this team. Wow.
The head coach of the Bulls, Phil Jackson, coming up on a milestone in his career. He gets a win here tonight, 400 for his career. Philadelphia 76ers at 13-51, 8-24 at home. Derrick Alston has been playing well of late, Red.
Well, you'd think if he gets close to the basket, you'd foul him at 46% from the free throw line.
Completing the front line is Clarence Weatherspoon.
Probably would be more comfortable in the small forward position, but he's playing at power.
In the middle is Ed Pinckney, the former Boston Celtic.
Yeah, he will not post up. It'll give him a 3-forward offense with him in the lineup.
In the backcourt, Mad Max, Vernon Maxwell.
Well, you know, he could go off also.
Yes, indeed. And rounding out the starting lineup is Jerry Stackhouse.
One of the fine rookies in the NBA this year. Great future.
John Lucas is only the second person in 76ers history to hold the dual role of head coach and general manager. Jack Ramsey is the other, back in the late 60s. Well, earlier tonight, we spoke with Phil Jackson. We asked him about this factor. When Dennis Rodman returns from his suspension, what will the reaction be from the officials, and will Dennis be held to an even greater degree of scrutiny by the NBA arbiters?
Well, I think it already has. I don't think there can be any more scrutiny than Dennis already has on him. I mean, they've got it circulated around the referees what gestures Dennis makes that are obscene or challenging. They know, you know, basically a 3-second loitering in the lane that may have nothing to do with the game, in fact, but Dennis just kind of camping out there. There's plenty of scrutinizing going on in Dennis's activity on the floor. I don't think it could be any more. If they do any more, they're not paying attention to the game.
Head coach Phil Jackson of the Chicago Bulls. We'll have more of that interview coming up a little bit later on in the ball game tonight. The officials for tonight's game: Ed T. Rush, David Jones, and Tim Donaghy. The series, well, the Bulls are up 2-0 so far this season, winning 120-93 here. Jordan had 48 points, and 116-104 in Chicago. Stackhouse had 24 points in that series. Now, Sixers lead the series overall, but the Bulls have won 9 in a row.
Yeah, Michael gave a little education to that rook here. 48 points the first time he got after him.
The Bulls in the traveling reds. There's Jerry Stackhouse. Sixers in the home whites with the red and blue trim. And on the tip, controlled by the Bulls. Kukoc on the drive, written off the play by Alston, the first foul of the game.
Well, they didn't even stop the music yet. We got a foul. 4 seconds into the game, Toni takes it on off the tip, tries to draw the foul on Alston as a shooting foul, but he won't get the call.
So the Bulls on the inbound, just underway here at the Spectrum. Longley on the block. Harper, they reverse to Wennington out front. Weatherspoon will have to come out to get him. So a little bit of what Bill Wennington brings to the power forward position, is that outside shot.
A little different than when Dennis in there. They have to play him now. Dennis would just stick in to try to grab the rebounds, but now you're right. They'll have to come out and play the power forward, Bill Wennington.
Wennington with pretty good defense right there, keeping his body between Weatherspoon and the basket. Sixers will inbound. 15 to go on the shot clock. Alston on the trigger. Here's Vernon Maxwell. Stackhouse off the screen by Weatherspoon. Luc Longley the rebound. As Red mentioned, Luc struggled in New Jersey. Bulls could use a big performance from him here tonight. Wennington almost traveled with it. Kukoc from the outside for 2. The Bulls score the first 4 points of the game. This is Maxwell. Weatherspoon. Harper in the passing lane broke it up. Quick pass to the wing and Jerry Stackhouse. There is John Lucas, former All-American tennis player at Maryland, in addition to being an All-American basketball player. Maxwell off a deep screen by Pinckney. So a three-pointer for Vernon Maxwell gets Philadelphia on the board. Toni Kukoc. Pinckney the rebound. Sixers trail by 1.
So they're trying to post up Weatherspoon. The man that's going to double is going to be Alston's man, Toni.
Alston left that first shot short and converts on the second.
Tony's going to come down to double. It'll leave Alston free at the top of the key, but when he comes down the lane like that and gets that inside shot, misses it even, he's got a good chance of putting it back in, which he did.
Michael for 3. At Pinckney, good position on Bill Wennington for the rebound. Mad Max lost the dribble on his own nearly. Now Weatherspoon out on the floor, driving Wennington. Takes him off the dribble on the reverse. Offensive basket interference on Derrick Alston. So the Bulls get it back.
Well, the Bulls do not have to worry about one thing tonight. A good post-up player, Sharon Wright, that averaged 19, got 19 points, 9 rebounds against his club, and could really handle it down low. Big man. It demanded some double teaming. He was traded to Toronto.
Ronnie Harper. Bulls have very poor spacing on this trip. Now they try to spread it out a little bit. 5 to go on the shot clock. Luc Longley to work on Alston, who slaps it away. Luc picks it up
Too late.
to Harper, and the shot clock expires.
Too late. Luc does not have to be fancy tonight. Just gets the ball and take it to the basket, get it up on the rim.
Sixers by 1. Maxwell down low. Stackhouse knocked away by Harper. Nice tomahawk move by Ronnie. Here's Michael Jordan. Harper out high, off the screen by Wennington for 2. Longley the rebound. I'd like to see Luc go right back up with it off that rebound, especially tonight. The smaller players guarding him, off the hands of Wennington. So the Bulls a bit stagnant after scoring the first 4 points of the game. They trail 5-4, 8:56 to go in this first quarter. 76ers have lost 3 in a row, coming off a tough ball game against the Knicks in New York on Saturday night. 6-point loss. Stackhouse had it tipped away from behind, but right to Maxwell. Stackhouse all alone for 3. Along Kerr, corralled by Michael Jordan. His 13 second-half rebounds in New Jersey were keys to the victory the other night. Wennington, good ball movement. Harper on the drive, had it blocked in the play by Alston. Weatherspoon retrieves to Maxwell. Maxwell the acceleration. Stackhouse another tray attempt. Michael the rebound.
Bulls on offense are getting a little clogged up, don't you think? Just a little bit.
Yeah, exactly right. The spacing just hasn't quite been there. They've got it spaced a little better on this trip. Toni to Bill Wennington. That's the shot he likes the best, right off the baseline. Little chip shot for Wennington. Bill has 4 and the Bulls lead by 1. A little over 4 minutes gone by in this first quarter. Maxwell. Weatherspoon had the rebound. He was bumped by Wennington, it appeared, and I believe that's who they got the foul on.
Personal foul, Toni Kukoc.
Oh, make it Kukoc on the foul, not Bill Wennington. Toni on the first on the team. Yeah, Red, that's a good point you make. Offensively, the Bulls just a little bit stagnant. Don't have the spacing they need to spread this 76er team out and take advantage of the individual matchup advantages the Bulls have.
Well, they want to go one-on-one again here, but Toni tries to close the door. Michael on the foul.
Yep. Stackhouse, I believe, will be going to the line. Michael picks up the foul, his first, second on the team. Stackhouse will get to the line. He was in the active shooting.
Well, you would expect Michael to come out early and try to take over again like he did in New Jersey with Pip not there, but Wennington off with 4 points and Kukoc with 2. That's the scoring for the Bulls.
And you know, Red, Michael, really, the offense hasn't flowed in his direction yet. And again, it's very early. We're about 4.5 minutes gone by. Stackhouse puts in on a pair, and the Sixers recapture a 7-6 lead. Michael has it on the block, but again, spacing not there to get it to him. Kukoc has it knocked away by Pinckney. Toni gets it back. Finds Wennington for the chip shot over Weatherspoon. Sixers on the run. They've got numbers. Vernon Maxwell on the drive. Tried to hit Alston with that pass. It'll belong to Chicago off the turnover.
You know, a lot of people mention about Dennis being out 6 games and fined $20,000. But how about the salary here? Well, you're talking close to $200,000.
I think we figured it out, about $180,000 of salary lost. Add another 20 on the fine, so it's a $200,000 vacation.
Foul down low, and that was on Vernon Maxwell. He tried to draw the offensive foul. We got a timeout, Wayne.
So watch it here. Max, did he get there? Well, he reached in and kind of bumped Michael, and they call the foul as the 2 players post up here. Maxwell, a little bit of an Academy Award performance. It did not win an Oscar.
When you're flying the Love Bear airline, you're flying with Southwest. You gotta fly out to see the honey, or maybe close a big business deal. But you don't wanna spend so much money that you can't afford your next meal. We will fly you right to your city. You'll be laughing all the way there. There'll be money left in the kitty, cause you've paid the lowest fare. We're not a low fare airline, we're the low fare airline. Little word, big difference. Pop-a-dop.
Way out there, there's hops. Without hops, beer wouldn't taste as good as it does. Take the best part of the hops, the beer's gonna taste even better. We found a way now makes it possible to brew beer straight from the heart of the hops. For a beer with heart that goes down easy. We think so much of this new beer, we're just calling it who we are. Miller, always new possibilities. Gotta reach for what's out there.
Now, don't ask me why, but Sharon wants to meet you. So once she gets here, just say hello, act normal, then we're out of here.
I can't believe our little Billy has a girlfriend.
Okay, first rule, my name is Bill, and I'm not little.
Bill?
You're not gonna wear that.
What?
What's with that hair?
What?
Why is he in a suit?
Uh-huh.
Why did I agree to this? Hi, Sharon, this is my family, let's go.
Hey, wait, we're just going to McDonald's. Maybe they'd like to come with us. McDonald's? Yeah, that's okay with you, Bill.
On Tuesday, March 19th, when the Bulls battle the Sacramento Kings, it's WMAQ Radio Fanny Pack Night. First 10,000 fans entering the United Center will receive a Bulls Fanny Pack, compliments of WMAQ Radio. Wayne Larrivee, Johnny Red Kerr at the Corestates Spectrum in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. If you're wondering what Corestates is, it's a bank. Spectrum is what they've been calling this building since it opened, what, in the late 60s, I believe, right? Soon after your playing career, Michael had it knocked away. Boy, quick hands out there for the Sixers. Jordan a force there. Here comes Stackhouse on the run. Kukoc back the other way. The Bulls have numbers 3-on-2. Toni feeds Harper.
Harper.
Bulls by 1, coming up on 6:20 left to go. First quarter. Weatherspoon deep on Bill Wennington. They got a foul. Bill had him hooked on the play.
Bill Wennington is
First on Wennington, third on the team. And again, we have seen just a constant flow of offense from Philadelphia right at Bill Wennington trying to post up Weatherspoon, right? Which I guess their thought is that Wennington, being a center player, generally will not have the speed or quickness
See
to
Toni
keep up with the Weatherspoon.
Toni running around. He's trying to double him.
Pinckney on the turnaround. Ron Harper the rebound. Makeshift lineup for the Bulls here tonight in Philadelphia as they wrap up this road trip. A mini 2-game swing.
24 different players on this club this year.
You talk about makeshift for the Bulls. I mean, you're talking about it to a different degree for Philadelphia. Michael again off the mark.
Mad Max. Michael just missed the steal, but Mad Max putting some good defensive pressure on Mike.
Comes up short on the 3 attempt. Bulls back the other way. They've got the advantage. Harper.
Ronnie Harper stretches out for his second hoop. He's looking for the foul. Where is it? Somebody whacked me on the way up, knocked me off balance. $25 from McDonald's to Charitables every time a Bull slam dunks in tonight's game. Take a look at this. There we go. He got bang. Harp with the steal.
Cross-court pass, ill-advised by Maxwell. Harper to Longley, backdoor to Kukoc. Shot it swiped away, but a foul. It's on Derrick Alston.
Personal foul, Derrick Alston.
Alston's second personal, third on the team.
Down the baseline, this is what the Bulls like to do, and Luc's just going to drop the ball down to Toni. Up he goes and gets hammered by Alston. So Toni to the line for a couple free throws. Well, we got just 1 second. How about a happy birthday, 40th something? Says Hector Molina, who does the Spanish radio network, to his beautiful wife Enid. So there you got it.
There's a look at Toni in his last 5 games from the free throw line. Been pretty good, to say the least. So the Bulls with an 11-7 lead. Toni split a pair at the line. Stackhouse sets it up. Quick jumper right there for Massenburg, won't go. Massenburg just reported on for Philadelphia. The first substitute for either team thus far in the game.
You know, Alston picked those 2 fouls up.
Toni Kukoc. Jordan for 3.
Hasn't scratched yet here, and he normally does a great job in this building.
Maxwell to Ed Pinckney. Harper went down trying to draw the foul, but no call. Pinckney picks up his first bucket of the night. Philadelphia struggling from the floor. Nonetheless, they trail by just 2. Toni finds Michael. Michael's first 2 from the floor. Jordan 1 for 5 shooting to start tonight's game. Boy, he was so hot in the first half at New Jersey the other night.
Here comes Toni down to close the door. Massenburg's the guy that's got to slide.
A foul coming up.
That's a tough thing to do, to get a guy in a double team, and Spoon is hollering about that. They get him in a double team and still commit the foul on him. He comes down. Here comes Toni over. Now, you're not supposed to be able to go to the middle on this play, but here he comes and then comes back and jumps in between 2 players.
Bill Wennington picked up the foul, his second, 4th on the team.
Salley.
John Salley checks in for the Bulls for Bill Wennington.
So Salley gets the call up front. He played 11 minutes the other night in New Jersey, Red, and played pretty well in that ball game.
Well, he might be a little quicker than Bill playing defensively against Weatherspoon.
Clarence makes good on a pair at the line. Salley had 5 rebounds, 2 points, and a blocked shot at 11 minutes at Jersey the other night. Chicago by 2. Under 4 minutes to go. First quarter, Toni Kukoc. Back-tapped rebound, knocked out of bounds. It'll belong to the 76ers. Very quiet start here tonight for both teams.
2 guys I thought would really come out here and light it up. Michael and Longley. Michael has 1 hoop. I don't think Luc's got a shot here, has he? No,
Luc is not scratched. Down to 10 to go on the shot clock for Maxwell and the 76ers. Vernon for 3. Toni Kukoc is there. Toni on the move.
Foul here on Maxwell underneath Michael, his second one. Michael going inside for the rebound, and a technical foul, I believe. Well, I said we might get Mad Max to go off here tonight, and Toni comes in with a running hook shot. This one almost looks like he hooks it straight down in the hoop. Beautifully done, and then underneath the basket, he pulls Michael down. Maxwell pulls him down to pick up his second foul, and also a tee.
Jordan shoots the technical foul. Taking another look at that play as Max did the takedown. Tony from the baseline camera.
Michael's underneath. Michael's inside, and here goes the view. Yep. Had the arm over his shoulder. Looked like he was. That's what the hold you put on when you're trying to save somebody swimming, isn't it? You get him across the.
Or I've seen it in WWF as well.
What a day we had here today. 66 degrees.
Gorgeous.
I was wishing I was up there and pheasant in Lake Mason fishing a little bit in Wisconsin. So Mike makes the free throw. So they get a 4-point play out of it. 2 free throws by Mike and a basket by Kukoc.
And the Bulls lead by 6, biggest lead of the night. On the penetration, Stackhouse, nicely done. Stackhouse with his first from the field, he has 4. Chicago by 4, 17-13.
Michael's going to move up in the power forward spot. There's Steve Kerr with a little jumper. Or Mike will move up to the small forward spot, I should say. In the back, it'll be Kerr and Harper.
Salley and Kukoc complete the quintet on the floor for Chicago. Massenburg mishandling out front. 10 to go on the shot clock. Michael guarding Massenburg now. Trevor Ruffin is in the game for Philadelphia. Nice little feed to Ed Pinckney. Did not convert the shot. The rebound knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Chicago. Let me set the Sixers for you. Ruffin, Stackhouse, Pinckney, Massenburg, and Weatherspoon on the floor as we reach another timeout. 2 minutes and 13 seconds left to go. First quarter been a slow start for both sides. The Bulls lead by 6.
Less than a minute. 16 down. This one is over.
Hey, it ain't over until the fat lady's team.
Hey, wait a minute. That's Larry Bird.
Don't believe it.
Believe
Can't bring it.
Bird is in. Bird for 3. Bird dunks.
Bird dunks.
Of course, he's in the zone. What a comeback.
When you've got the great taste of an ice cold Miller Lite, life is good.
Oh, cue that fat lady.
No, 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 no.
Doctor, he's having another relapse.
Great. 20 cc's hydrocine. Clamps. Oh, I can't believe this. And I've got Bulls tickets tonight. Club level, mid-court. In fact, I think I even have one extra ticket.
You say you got an extra?
You never really know when you'll need cash. That's why you need a Discover card. Use your card to get cash during business hours from financial institutions and select merchant locations, or 24 hours a day from thousands of ATMs. The Discover card. Because when you need cash, timing is everything. It pays to Discover, the card that pays you back. Use it where you see the Novus sign.
Well, we'll take a good look at Jerry Stackhouse, the rookie, as the Bulls lead 19-13 here. He's going to go right in around Ronnie Harper, around everybody, and in and slam. Comparisons to Michael Jordan at University of North Carolina, 3 years there, 17 points a game. 28 points his first year, 15-7 for Stackhouse in 2 years, and 19 averaging this year.
Sixers basketball, they trail 19-13, as you mentioned, with 2:13 to go in this first quarter. Take a look at what the Bulls have been able to put together over the last 5.5 minutes. It's been painstaking, to say the least. Not exactly an electrifying run by either team here tonight thus far. Stackhouse given room by Harper.
2 minutes remaining.
Weatherspoon out on the floor, hits the heel of the rim at Pinckney up high for the long Kerriman. Trevor Ruffin reloads the offense. Under 2 minutes to go, first quarter. Ruffin chased by Kerr. Stackhouse for 3. Stackhouse with 7 here in this first quarter. The Chicago lead is down to 3. John Salley trying to go backdoor to Ron Harper. He was shoved. Man, oh man. Let's pause here for station identification.
This is America's #1 sports station, WGN-TV, Chicago.
Wayne Larrivee, Johnny Red Kerr, Sean Higgins, a former Michigan standout, checks in for the 76ers in place of Clarence Weatherspoon. The foul that precipitates these free throws was on Toni Massenburg, his first, and the team over the limit. So Ronnie Harper off the mark on his first. He'll have another. Red, I tell you, he's played well the last 3 games, averaging 9.3 points, hitting 12 of 25 from the field, 3 rebounds, 2.3 assists, and 1.6 steals per game.
Well, Michael Jordan leaves here with 126, and Jud Buechler in for him, and split of the free throws for Harper. He's got 5 points.
Pressure in the backcourt now by the Bulls. Massenburg to Ruffin. Trevor Ruffin on the run. Toni Kukoc the rebound. Ruffin will play the point guard spot, but he looks for his shot first, and that's why Lucas doesn't start him. They're hoping they can find a real point guard for this team next year.
Oh, nice.
Buechler at the back door.
Now, John Salley is not real familiar with this offense, but he knows when he gets that ball, there's going to be a cutter coming out of the corner, and that was Bushy.
Salley with the assist. Massenburg in close.
Harp with the block, I believe, wasn't it?
Looked like it. Here comes Kukoc. Harper at the arc for 3. Oh, way short. Stackhouse back the other way. Stackhouse forces it inside of Massenburg, blocked by Salley, who thought he got all ball, but an official call by David Jones. The foul is on John Salley.
Well, this is what I was talking about, Wayne. We'll take a look here. Salley in the center position. When he gets the ball, he knows the cutter's going to come out of that corner, and there he is. Bushy up and slams it with 2 hands. So at the free throw line, Toni Massenburg makes 1.
Massenburg has another coming up. Red, you mentioned 24 different players have been in uniform for the Philadelphia 76ers this season. The all-time NBA record for a team in a single season is 25. John Lucas has used 26 different starting lineups. I mean, that gives you a glimpse as to why this is the poorest record in the NBA, or at least in the Eastern Conference of the NBA. The Philadelphia 76ers at 13-51. There's just been no continuity whatsoever. Trades, injuries, you name it. Poor performance, retirement. Salley on the block. 4 to go on the shot clock. Here comes Toni. Looks like Stackhouse got the block. Stackhouse trying to finish the play. Kerr reached in, knocked it away, and gets called for the foul. Steve can't believe it, but picks up his first, and Stackhouse will head to the line. I'll make it Harper on the foul. Boy, it sure looked like Steve on the reach that time, but Harper gets called. He was there as well. And Kerr reacted as if it was on him. All right, Steve Kerr. Stackhouse puts in on his first. He'll have another. He's put together 7 straight strong outings, averaging 26 points a game over the course of those outings.
Superman back in with just a touch under 5 seconds ago. Who's coming?
Toni Kukoc leaves, yep. Among rookies, Jerry Stackhouse is in the top 10 in almost everything. Matter of fact, he leads in many categories, including scoring. Massenburg the rebound.
A miss on a rare miss there. Massenburg steps in and should not have gotten that rebound in the second spot.
Bulls do not get the shot off as the first quarter grinds to a close. Low scoring on both ends. Bulls 22, 76ers 21 at the end of 1.
The Pontiac Firebird waits. 305 horsepower comes to life. Ram air induction turns air into fuel in a rush. Firebird, you're ready to fly.
It set the standard in do-it-yourself books. But now, we've made the best even better. Introducing the all-new Home Repair and Improvement series from Time Life Books. With new color illustrations, step-by-step instructions, and a new spiral binding so books lay flat. It's never been easier to save money and create the home you've always wanted. You'll learn how to build a deck your family will enjoy for years. The tricks of the trade to install a new patio. Call now to examine decks, porches, and patios, free for 15 days. Keep it for the special low TV price of just $1.99. Use your credit card and get this Stanley tape measure absolutely free. Other volumes will follow. Keep only those you want. The new Home Repair and Improvement series from Time Life Books. We've made the best even better.
Call 1-800-424-9988 now to get decks, porches, and patios for just $1.99. That's 1-800-424-9988.
Men, is gray hair sneaking up on you, right under your nose?
It is sneaking up on me. Here, too.
You need Just for Men gel. Brush in, and in 5 minutes, rinse.
It's the sure thing for a natural look.
Just for Men gel.
Temper's never cool in the heat of the night.
Y'all don't say anything about this to anybody else, do you?
In the heat of the night. Midnight tonight on WGN. Write down the Bulls' high score, his point total, and the date of tonight's game, and send it on a postcard to WGN. You could win round-trip tickets on Southwest Airlines, the low-fare airline.
On Thursday, March 21st, when the Bulls battle the New York Knicks, it's Ariel Mutual Funds Hat Night. First 10,000 fans entering the United Center will receive a Bulls hat, compliments of Ariel Mutual Funds. Wayne Larrivee, Johnny Red Kerr, Corestates Spectrum in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Start of the second quarter, Bulls lead by 1. Trevor Ruffin on the floor for Philadelphia, along with Sean Higgins, Ed Pinckney, Massenburg, and Stackhouse. Complete the starting lineup for the Sixers as we begin the second quarter. Jordan, Buechler, Kerr. Oh, and there's Stackhouse. What a move!
Luke should have been a protector on the underside there. He wasn't. And a slam by Stackhouse. He's got 10.
Salley and Longley complete the lineup for the Bulls on the floor. Kerr out of the arc for 3. Jordan the rebound. Salley faked the pass, stumbles through the lane. Longley strong to the hole.
He's strong enough.
No, didn't miss the mark. Not strong, he just missed it. Ruffin for 3. Stackhouse the rebound to Pinckney.
Luke on a foul.
Yep.
Boy, oh boy, Luke, what a bad night he's having so far. Picks up the foul.
Late to get into position there for that rebound, and thus picks up the foul. There are the numbers in the first quarter. Sixers trail by just 1 despite shooting 29%. They out-rebounded the Bulls.
This is a game you might, if I were in Luke's shoes, I might be calling for the ball, holding my hand up saying, give me the ball. I don't think Pinckney can guard him.
Well, you know, Ed Pinckney is 6'9" and 240, and Luc Longley 7'2" and 292. I mean, that's the point you've been making all night. And you're exactly correct. Pinckney puts in on a pair. 4 points for Ed Pinckney. 76ers now lead it by 3, 25-22 in the opening minute, second quarter. Jordan really yet to get himself on track offensively. He's been more of a facilitator. Now Michael for 3. Pushing on the rebound battle, and yep, Salley gets called for the foul.
Well, you lose Scottie Pippen, and Toni has stepped up pretty admirably into that hole. Now you lose Dennis Rodman, and somebody's got to pick up a little bit of what's going on here.
LaSalle Thompson is in the game in place of Ed Pinckney. From the arc, the Bulls get to scratch. Stackhouse on Jordan. A matchup Michael relishes.
Foul on John Salley. His third.
Second on the team in the second quarter. Watch this now. This is a great matchup. Jordan, the youngster, against the youngster Stackhouse. Jordan, the veteran. Well, I tell you, textbook defense that time from Jordan. He batted the ball away and then kept his position. Did not allow Stackhouse to beat him off the dribble. Trevor Ruffin. Stackhouse of the arc. Buechler is there. Bulls trail by 3. Almost 2 minutes gone by, second quarter. Kerr to Luc Longley. Buechler at the arc.
Everything's strong. Everything's strong.
Luke hustles the rebound. Michael with a chip shot over Thompson.
Everything from the outside has been real strong off the back of the iron.
Bulls trail by 1. Massenburg on the block against John Salley.
Massenburg comes in again. Post up moves, drops Salley on the side, goes by Jordan, hammers it down. Must be fun out there.
Massenburg had 10 the other night at New York. 3-point lead, and what do we have here? Massenburg on a hand check of Salley.
Personal foul, Toni Massenburg, his second.
You got to wonder why at this stage of the game guys are still doing that, hand checking, right in front of an official. Massenburg picks up his second on the team. I mean, it's not like they haven't been calling this all year.
Yep.
Oh, nearly a steal there by Massenburg. Quick ball movement. Kerr gets an open look for three. And Massenburg the rebound. Massenburg's been a big man in this game. He's got 4 rebounds now.
Bulls 0 for 7 from the twilight zone.
It's been the twilight zone for them, hasn't it?
To be out there, yeah.
Wow. 3 minutes gone by, second quarter.
They're trying to get down on Toni again here. Massenburg with the ball.
Higgins some penetration. Trevor Ruffin. As time expires on the shot clock, he got it off in time. Sixers by 5. Longley. Jordan down low. Driving on Maxwell. They got a foul coming up on Vernon Maxwell. That's his third. Third on the team.
Second.
Make that the second on the team. Stand corrected. Bulls resume offensively. Michael around Maxwell. In on Thompson. Beautiful move by Jordan. He has 8 points. 4 away from reaching 24,000 for his career. Higgins from the outside for 3.
Oh boy, he was falling towards the bench on that. He just let it fly.
Sixers by 6. Their biggest lead of the night.
Good quarter here by the Sixers.
Steve Kerr to Luc Longley. Longley from the outside. Buechler is in close. Back taps the rebound to Luc. Kerr for 3. Fire.
Finally 1 out of 8. The Bulls hammer one down, and it's by the league leader, Steve Kerr.
32-29 Philadelphia. Trevor Ruffin watched by Steve Kerr. Ruffin likes to take people off the dribble. Gets a screen from Massenburg. Little screen roll to Massenburg.
The Bulls have not been good on that screen roll.
No, that really hurt him in Jersey the other night, didn't it? Now we've got a quick whistle here as Toni takes it across, and a timeout called by the Bulls. 7 minutes and 30 seconds left to go first half. Boy, Massenburg has figured big in this one with 8 first half points to lead the Sixers to a 34-29 lead.
Circuit breakers. Check. Window heat. On. Takeoff warning horn. Check. Parking brake. Set. Radio's radar and transponder. Set and standing by. Sunscreen. SPF 15. That's a check.
Southwest Airlines is going to Florida with low fares on every seat, every flight, every day. Florida has never been closer.
Cool shades. On.
Less than a minute, 16 down. This one is over.
It ain't over until the fat lady sees.
Hey, wait a minute. That's Larry Bird.
Don't believe it. Believe it.
Bird is in. Bird for 3. Bird dunks.
Bird dunks.
Of course, he's in the zone. What a comeback.
When you've got the great taste of an ice cold Miller Lite, life is good.
Oh, cue that fat lady.
Now, don't ask me why, but Sharon wants to meet you. So when she gets here, just say hello, act normal, then we're out of here.
I can't believe our little Billy has a girlfriend.
Okay, first rule, my name is Bill, and I'm not little.
Bill?
You're not gonna wear that.
What?
What's with that hair?
What?
Why is he in a suit?
Cool, huh?
Why did I agree to this? Hi, Sharon, this is my family, let's go.
Hey, wait, we're just going to McDonald's. Maybe they'd like to come with us. McDonald's? Yeah, that's okay with you, Bill.
Thursday, March 28th, Bulls battle the Hawks. It's Miller Lite Cooler Bag Night. First 10,000, 21 and up, entering United Center, receive a Bulls Cooler Bag. Compliments of Miller Lite. You know, John Paxson told me before the game that this Sixer offense is really a simple offense, and this is as simplistic as you can be in the NBA. Little screen roll.
You talked about Toni Massenburg. This is his 7th team in 6 years in the NBA, and he's out playing some guys that are been around and doing more.
Kukoc bumped on the play by Massenburg that time, and the foul coming up is the third on Massenburg.
Personal foul.
It's third on the team.
His third personal foul. 3 on the team.
They're going to make another change. John Lucas wants to get the attention of the officials to make a quick change now, and Weatherspoon comes in, replacing Massenburg. You know, we showed a graphic of fewest assists per game in the NBA, and the Sixers are among those teams. But tonight, the Sixers have been very good with their offense, and in the early going, they already have 9 assists. Jordan to the fade. LaSalle Thompson the rebound.
Michael 3 for 9, not knocking him down as usual.
Stackhouse. Over Jud Buechler. Longley takes it off the floor to Jordan. Michael to Toni for 3. Ring it up.
So now they come with a couple threes.
Shooting this quarter. Boy, the Bulls really struggling. Sixers have been efficient, to say the least. 5 out of 8. Stackhouse down low. Ruffin for 3. LaSalle Thompson the rebound. Quick release from Higgins. Sixers dominating the boards, and a foul coming up on Chicago. Believe it's going to be on Kukoc. Tony's second personal.
James Edwards going to get the call here. See who he's going to.
The 76ers have out rebounded the Bulls 19 to 17 as Edwards comes on, replacing Luc Longley. So Phil Jackson trying to find a combination up front, Red, that'll get the job done.
Either block a man off or get a rebound or tap it out somewhere.
The Bulls were out rebounded the other night at New Jersey, 58 to 47. Much of that damage done in the first half by the Nets. Here's Weatherspoon in the lane. Somebody got a piece of that shot. May have been Toni. Michael Jordan. Acceleration. Draws the foul. Thompson says, I'm the guilty party. His first and the 4th on the team.
4 on the team.
Michael ahead to the free throw line.
Jordan shooting 2.
Bulls shooting 40% here. 2 for 9 from three-point range. And normally where they shine is the offensive boards, and of course that's with Dennis Rodman in. Not here at this time, so they've got 7 offensive rebounds. The Bulls have 4, and Mike misses his first free throw.
Here's what's on tap. Bulls and Knicks Thursday night, 7 o'clock with a bullseye from the United Center.
There's them both.
Wow. You don't see that often.
Nope. We saw him step up there 4 times with the pressure on against the Nets.
In the 4th quarter.
Just calmly knocked him down.
Ruffin to the baseline. Stackhouse knocked away by Jordan. Stackhouse goes to work again.
Blocked by Edwards.
Edwards on the foul as well. Or was it Edwards?
Personal foul. Jud Buechler.
Buechler gets called for the foul. Edwards came over to clean it up. Buechler's first.
Jerry Stackhouse shooting 2.
Jerry Stackhouse goes to the line, gets a pair. Stackhouse with 11 points in the game now. As I mentioned, the 2 games that have been played between these 2 teams this season, Stackhouse had 24 points in the game at the United Center. And he's got 12 points in this one.
Boy, this game has slowed down in the mud, hasn't it?
It's been in the mud all night. 36-32. Philadelphia. Kerr trying to get it down low to Edwards, and LaSalle Thompson knocked it away. Philadelphia has made more free throws than the Bulls have attempted. Kerr swings loose. Part 2.
Long deuce just stepped inside.
7 for Steve Kerr. Trevor Ruffin. double team out front. Ruffin on the drive. Beautiful move on the floater, but Jordan retrieves the errant shot. Kerr to Bushy for three. Toni right there.
Toni, nice offensive rebound, back up. He's got 8, and we've got a tie here at 36.
Just under 5 minutes to go, first half. Timeout called on the floor by John Lucas and the Philadelphia 76ers. Toni Kukoc has reached double figures with 10 points. And he cleaned up this miss by Jud Buechler to tie the ball game at 36.
Grant Hill has special Brazilian rubber-on his shoes, which makes him jump 12 feet high.
His head is aerodynamically shaped, you know. Now he's so fast, he can pass the ball to himself. I heard every time Grant Hill drinks Sprite, he's not thirsty anymore.
To earn this uniform, it takes years of practice. Or play the under the cap game with 1 in 6 chances of instantly winning free Sprite and Sprite Dream Team stuff.
Seems like everyone wants to be top dog. Thanks to the new instant game from the Illinois Lottery, it's not much of a stretch. You could win up to $25,000, and that could put anyone on top of the world. New top dog. Got a second? Play this instant.
Hello from Plank Road, where our man Paul is out to prove that it's what's inside that counts. Take this bottle. Someone went to a lot of trouble to get this ship into it. But what are you gonna do with it? Then take this bottle, Ice House. The folks at Plank Road also went to a lot of trouble, but look at all you get. An ice brewed beer with no watered down taste, so it goes down smooth and easy. So, if it's what's inside that counts, you can always count on Ice House. Thanks, and enjoy.
On Saturday, March 30th, when the Bulls battle the LA Clippers, it's U.S. Robotics Hat Night. First 10,000 fans entering United Center receive a Bulls hat compliments of U.S. Robotics. Yeah, they like Rodman. Dennis not here tonight, but Red Kerr is, and he is second to Dolph Schayes. All-time rebounding stats. Boy,
Wilt's way back there.
Yeah, I'm going to say you're ahead of Wilt, Cunningham, Barkley.
That's only with this franchise.
He had a few more with the Lakers, didn't he?
Yep. Backdoor
feed, Weatherspoon from Higgins. Off the timeout, the Sixers get a quick hoop and take a 2-point lead.
That's that's his first field goal. Weatherspoon's first field goal.
Boy, they've run enough offense in his direction, isn't it?
Yes.
I mean, he should have at least a couple of field goals by now. Michael from the outside. Boy, that rim very tight tonight, it seems like, Fred.
Yep.
Higgins. There's another lob. This one for Stackhouse from LaSalle Thompson off the mark. Toni on the drive. Buechler, or Kerr trying to go down low to Kukoc, knocked away. Here comes Higgins, a lob for Stackhouse.
And that will put some adrenaline in these players. They're up by 4.
76ers at the moment, the quicker team on the floor. On both ends.
There's only 14 points there, you're right.
Jordan pops out. Edwards to the fade. Michael can't put it back. Toni gets an opportunity. Kukoc with 12. High-point man in the game for the Bulls. Trevor Ruffin sets it up. Bulls trail by 2. High screen from Weatherspoon. Ruffin on the penetration. Kicks it back to Higgins. Higgins over Buechler for 3. Higgins chases down, tries to save it, but on the save attempt he had stepped out of bounds, according to David Jones, the official on the baseline. The 76ers have a pair of 3-point field goals, make it 3 of them here tonight, a trio of 3-point field goals, but overall they've been shooting 29% from the arc in the last 5 games. They've struggled from deep, and the Bulls are struggling big time tonight from there. Edwards on the fadeaway. Boy, he still gets that spot, doesn't he, Red?
Yep.
In the usually middle of the lane, and then he fades with that big frame.
He likes it when he makes contact going in there, and then he fades away, and it gives him some time between he and his man to get that ball up and in.
A whistle. Illegal defense off the ball. Looked like perhaps
illegal defense
Edwards.
called against Chicago, their first of the game.
First illegal defense against Phil Jackson's Bulls. It's a warning. Next one will precipitate a free throw. Trevor Ruffin out front. Tied at 40. Stackhouse baseline again. My goodness. 16 for Jerry Stackhouse, putting on a show in the second quarter. Toni Kukoc and off the ball once again.
LaSalle Thompson's number 2 foul.
Personal foul, LaSalle Thompson is second.
5 on the team. So the big guy, James Edwards, heads to the free throw stripe.
James Edwards, shooting 2.
You know, it was a year ago today that Michael Jordan announced his return to the NBA with that quick fax. 2 words, or 2 phrases, I guess. I'm back. That's what he said. And tonight marks the 82nd game the Bulls have played in the regular season with Jordan back from his retirement. They are 70-11 since Michael came back, Red. Counting last year's action, final 17. Weatherspoon in close.
Very quick hitter that time. He got in, back, made one fake to the baseline and down around.
Sixers by 2. Stackhouse almost had a pick. Buechler penetrating. Quick move to Edwards. Not his spot. Weatherspoon the board. That was Wennington's spot.
That's right.
Trevor Ruffin driving on Kerr. Help from Edwards. Knocked out of bounds. Last touch by the Bulls. Sixers will get it baseline with 11 seconds to go on the shot clock. John Lucas patrolling the sidelines for the 76ers. Trevor Ruffin off a high screen. Now right back to LaSalle Thompson, who pulls up. Long-time veteran LaSalle Thompson, #1 draft choice of the Kansas City Kings. Played, of course, in Sacramento, then in Indiana up until last year. Kerr off a screen by Buechler. Bulls trail by 4. Michael on the block. Against Stackhouse. Michael draws contact. Going to score the field goal on goaltending, and a foul on Stackhouse on the bump.
That's the first one on Stackhouse, but actually the ball was knocked in the hoop instead of being knocked out of the hoop. So watch Michael duck underneath here. He's going to come around the baseline, go underneath, and then it's hit up by LaSalle Thompson in the basket.
Ron Harper returns for Toni Kukoc.
Whether it went in or not,
yeah.
Whether it was going to go in or not, it is goaltending nonetheless, and Michael would have gotten credit for it.
So 60 seconds to go here. The Bulls are down by 1.
And the 76ers start up. Michael with 11 points now. Trevor Ruffin. Jerry Stackhouse guarded by Harper. Edwards the rebound. Harper, Kerr, Jordan. A 3-guard offense. Basically Wennington back on along with Edwards.
2 for 1. Now Michael's got 24,000 points in his career. 13 in the first half here.
Final 30 seconds coming up on it. Ruffin off the mark. Heel to the rim with that shot. Now the Bulls slow things down a bit. 4-second difference. Shot clock to game clock. That's the game clock in the right-hand corner of your screen. 10 to go on the shot clock. Jordan on the penetration, lost the handle on it, knocked out of bounds by the Sixers, so they bail him out.
7.9 or 3 seconds on the game clock. You're going to take a 20-second timeout to set up something here.
So Phil Jackson will set up his 3-second play, so to speak.
Michael hitting that jumper, as we said, he's had so many milestones in this building, and here's the one that gives him his. He goes over the 24,000 point mark in his career. Look at this. All here at Philly. 5, 8, 10, 15, 23, 20. The last time we were here, he got 23.
Isn't that
Now he's got
ironic?
24.
I mean, think about this, Red. He plays half his home games in Chicago,
Yeah,
right? But look at all these marks that come here.
His 20th was in Chicago against Milwaukee. And they send him back in to break it because we played in Philly the next night. How about that?
3 seconds on the shot clock for the Bulls. Inbounds to Wennington. Had it partially blocked. Stackhouse comes up with it. Stackhouse on the drive. Harper had possession. The offensive foul called on Stackhouse.
Tough one for Jerry, his second one here. Harper is shaken up a little bit. Stackhouse slammed the ball. Technical now on Stackhouse. He slammed the ball very similar to what Dennis Rodman did the other day, only it came up in his hand. Dennis just went way up in the air. So Steve Kerr will step on down here. Here's the play. Harper standing there. Boom. Takes the big. So with .8, the Bulls will have the ball back. Steve, a chance to give the Bulls a 2-point lead. He does.
0.8 of a second remaining.
Toni throws the ball to Michael. Michael may try to tap it to Steve Kerr. Let's see what happens. Too many guys down by Mike.
They're going to Mike anyway. Quick release, lots of air under it, up over the backboard, not a play. So the first half comes to a close. Halftime in Philadelphia, Michael Jordan with 13 points. His counterpart, Jerry Stackhouse of the 76ers, 16 points to lead the way for their respective teams. At halftime, the Bulls lead by 2, 48-46. Coming up after this station break, Rich King and the WGN Sports Halftime Report.
Hey, Bulls fans, the Bulls without Dennis, we have complete coverage. Plus, the internet and kidnapping charges. It's a story every parent needs to see. And Tom Skilling has something new. Wait until you see our new time-lapse system. As for tomorrow's forecast, he's got some bad news. I'm Allison Payne. Details after the game.
America's most experienced home improvements business has a new name. Century 21 Home Improvements.
Installed premium vinyl siding from Century 21 Home Improvements means you'll never paint again.
No more paying painters, no more do-it-yourself,
And
no more scraping.
never again. Not with vinyl siding.
Call now and you'll make no payments and pay no interest for 6 months after installation. Premium vinyl siding is virtually maintenance-free. Won't peel or chip, rot or warp.
Won't dent either.
Whether your home is wood, brick, or stucco, look what siding can do. Works great for eaves and overhangs, too. Choose from a wide range of colors, all with this exclusive wood grain texture that's scratch-proof.
Call now for a free in-home consultation. We'll always be there for you.
You can count on it.
Call now for a free in-home consultation, and you'll make no payments and pay no interest for 6 months after installation of installed siding. Call 1-800-429-5858.
Ordinary credit cards charge interest from the moment you buy something, if you carry a balance as little as $1.
I didn't know that.
It's true. But the Optima True Grace card from American Express doesn't. So you could save money by switching to the Optima True Grace card.
I can?
Yes, you can. Apply now and you'll also get a special low introductory rate of just 7.9% for 12 months. And there's no annual fee, so you'll save even more. Start saving on interest charges. Don't delay. Call for your Optima True Grace card from American Express. Remember, the Optima True Grace card is the first major credit card with an interest-free grace period, even when you carry a balance.
And that adds up to a lot of savings.
You can apply right over the phone. Call 1-800-730-8300. Stop paying interest you don't have to. Now.
This copyrighted broadcast of the National Basketball Association may not be retransmitted, reproduced, or rebroadcast without the express written consent of the NBA.
Minus Dennis Rodman and Scottie Pippen, the Bulls are playing the team with the second worst record in the NBA tonight. And there's a story at the half. The Bulls up by 2 over the 76ers. Welcome to our halftime report. I'm Rich King. We'll have more on Dennis Rodman and his 6-game suspension coming up. But first of all, we'll focus on tonight's game. The Bulls on a 3-game winning streak, going for victory number 58 tonight against the hapless 76er squad. Their record, 13-51. Bill Wennington got the start at power forward, replacing Rodman tonight, and Bill off to a pretty good start as the Bulls grab the lead here. Nice shot there by Bill, and the fast break coming up as Phil Jackson looks on. Nice work here by Michael. Didn't score very much in the first quarter, but Ron Harper on the feed there for the jam. As for the 76ers, they were a bit cold in the get-go, but this one woke up the house. Jerry Stackhouse in the lane with the jam there. Later on, though, the Bulls bench coming through as John Salley will get the ball in the back door here to Jud Buechler. Bulls again up by 2, 48-46 at the half. As you know by now, Dennis Rodman has been suspended for 6 games and fined $20,000 for headbutting referee Ted Bernhardt. It'll cost Rodman more than $200,000 in lost salary and fines. Phil Jackson knows Dennis has to learn to control those emotions.
When he's on the court, Dennis registers emotion, and he plays with a great deal of emotion. And sometimes I think it's unwarranted and over-scrutinized, and I think his play is. And what he has to do is accept the fact that he draws attention to himself, and by so doing, has to be able to control that behavior.
On the scoreboard tonight, Denver leads Toronto by 2, 72-70 that game in the third. Wrapping up the board, Milwaukee on a 7-game skid. Facing Utah tonight, San Antonio goes for number 10 in a row, and Seattle plays the Clippers. And a check of the calendar shows that 1 year ago, we were all standing outside the Berto Center when Michael Jordan announced his official return to the NBA. He played the Pacers the very next day. Michael wearing number 45, the Bulls battling into overtime in a great game before losing to the Pacers at Market Square.
Shots were short, layups was a little long, you know, whatever it may be, but I felt good competition playing against, you know, Indiana's playing good, as you know, and the Bulls were playing good until I came back.
Well, it took a while, but it's safe to say Michael is back in top form once again in all categories. When we come back, an update on the ankle injury to Jeremy Roenick and White Sox highlights from down in Florida.
Chicago Bulls basketball is brought to you by Miller Lite. When you've got the great taste of an ice-cold Miller Lite, life is good. Your local Ford dealer. See your local Ford dealer today and see why there's more to afford. The Illinois Lottery. Have some fun. Play the lottery. And by Southwest Airlines, the official airline of WGN TV Sports. Fly Southwest, the low-fare airline.
Well, if my check is $100, I get back $20. If my check is $300, I get back $60. If it's $600, I get back $120.
Introducing a special invitation from Dining a la Carte, a 2-month trial membership for free.
We have dinner, just like always, add on my tip and everything else, and hand in my Visa card. At the end of the month, we see a check. It says whatever restaurant and Tarantino's, and we've got our 20% back off from the bill.
Dining a la Carte works with your credit cards. There are no embarrassing coupons and never any restaurant blackout periods.
I love the amount of money that I've saved with Dining a la Carte. I've saved well over $1,000. I've recommended it to friends because it has worked so well for me. I like especially the part that no one knows that you're using it.
Just dine at participating restaurants. In about 30 days, you'll receive a statement listing the restaurants you dined at with a rebate check that equals 20% of your total restaurant charges, including tax and tips.
One thing that I liked about the program was just that it's so easy. I mean, you use your card like you would if you had nothing going on, no coupons or anything, and you get a check in the mail, you know, a couple weeks later. It's just so simple. It's the way to go.
As an attorney, I'm frequently in a position of entertaining clients, and using Dining a la Carte permits me to do so more often and gives me a great selection of restaurants to choose from.
Dining a la Carte is a good thing for people who like to go out for dinners and like to save money.
And here's your special invitation. Call right now for a free 2-month trial membership. Then dine at thousands of restaurants and get 20% rebate checks mailed to your home. So call the number on your screen now.
Dining a la Carte is earning extra money.
Just for eating out.
market right here.
And welcome back to our halftime report. After a flurry of weekend action in the NCAA, the NIT is back in action tonight, and once again, the Big Ten is laying an egg. Clem Haskins had Tulane at home tonight, but Minnesota looked like the road team in this one. What a blowout this has been. The Green Wave getting a bucket here from Chris Cameron after a block at the other end. 11-2 they led, and that was just the beginning. Shun Sheffield here comes up for the Green Wave. This bucket will make it 17-4 right there. How about 22-6 a bit later on? Cameron again scores. The Green Wave is rolling tonight up there in Minnesota. Let's check the board on that ball game, see what's going on at the half now. Tulane on top, 44-25. Other NIT action, Illinois State leading by 2 over Wisconsin, and Alabama leads Missouri. The Hawks do not know right now if Jeremy Roenick will play on Wednesday against Calgary. He sprained his ankle yesterday against the Islanders and told me he feared the worst when he left the ice after that bad-looking injury.
I thought I broke it. I really did. When I was coming off the ice, I said it's broken, and I was hurting, and I just got to the front of the net, and luckily there's a quick whistle. I got right off the ice. I knew that something was wrong.
In baseball, the Cubs were off, but the White Sox beat St. Louis. Olmedo Science gets a fly ball deep enough to right field here against the Cardinals. Big Frank will barely score. On the hill, Jason Beret had no hit ball for 4 innings, looked pretty good overall. Sox won by a score of 5-4 over the Cards at St. Petersburg today. And so much for our halftime report. We'll see you after the game with more on Dennis Rodman and the rest of the sport. See you later on.
If it happens in sports, Bill Weir's got it. Last night's highlights and an inside look at today's matchups. Sports with Bill Weir on WGN Morning News. Weekday mornings at 7 on WGN Channel 9. Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the strangest of them all? It's the world at your fingertips at Science Carnival, now playing at the Nature Museum of the Chicago Academy of Sciences through June 16th at North Pier.
Men, is gray hair sneaking up on you, right under your nose?
It is sneaking up on me. Here, too.
You need Just for Men gel. Brush in, and in 5 minutes, rinse.
It's the sure thing for a natural look.
Just for Men gel.
The GMC Sierra. This year, it has even more power. And it's always been known for strength. And, of course, style. But we still felt the need for a little something on the side. The convenient new third door. Another first on Sierra from GMC.
Have you had your break today? Yeah?
Relax. You are now entering a stress-free zone. A free breakfast will be prepared for you daily. You will rest in a comfortable 2-room suite. Your satisfaction is guaranteed. Unwind with complimentary evening beverages and enjoy yourself here, because eventually you'll have to go back out there. Embassy Suites, twice the hotel. Call 1-800-EMBASSY.
Back at the Corestates Spectrum in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Wayne Larrivee along with Johnny Red Kerr. Good to have you with us. It was a game that, as you mentioned, Red, at one point or another in the first half, the game was played in the mud. Both teams struggling to score points here tonight.
Well, you know, off the bench, the Bulls had 3 rebounds, 3 assists, 14 points. They had 9 rebounds, 9 assists, and 15 points. Might be the difference in a game. However, highlights, yes. Let's start with a couple young players for them. Highlights, here it is. Weatherspoon over the top here. He catches it and slams it down in from Ruffin. Well, I guess Jerry Stackhouse says I can do the same thing. So Sean Higgins throws the ball out. Stackhouse will pick it out of the air, go in for 2 of his 16 first half points. And you look at what happened during the season. Weatherspoon is averaging almost 16 points a game. Tonight, he's got 6 and 5 rebounds. Jerry Stackhouse, 19 points a game. Oh, he's almost right on it with 16 at 5 out of 12 shooting. Michael Jordan, late in the second quarter to give the Bulls the lead. He pulls up and count them. 24,001. Not all tonight. He didn't do too well tonight. And you look what Michael has done. The better he gets, the older he gets. Look at the differential. Sometimes there's a 1/10 of a point between scoring champions. The DW is Dominique Wilkins. KM is Karl Malone. Then down below, Dominique Wilkins and Hakeem Olajuwon. And the difference of him leading. And this year it's 4.5 points.
Take a look at the numbers in the first half. And boy, I tell you, the stats are every bit as close as the game itself. Sixers had an advantage of the free throw line. Everything else pretty much straight up, including the rebounding. Leading scorers in the ball game. And take a look at the Montgomery Ward leading scorers. Michael Jordan able to hit 5 of 14 from the floor. Kukoc hit 5 of 8. Stackhouse 5 of 12 to lead Philadelphia. Well, Phil Jackson talked earlier tonight about the fact that without Dennis Rodman now for 6 games, with Jason Caffey on the injured list, and also Scottie Pippen out with an injury. Scotty's not on the injured list. There's been some talk that he may come back early. We asked the coach about it.
I don't know. I want Scotty to come back when he's healthy. I don't want to push him into this situation. We're still not in a desperate strait. We won't be probably at all, even if Scotty doesn't come back until he's ready. I'd like to, and I told Scotty this before we left, that I'd like to have him earmark the New York game as a possible game he comes back, but not unless he's 100% sure of it. I understand Scotty did get on the air or did send a message through the press yesterday that he's thinking of coming back earlier because he doesn't want Michael to handle a load. Well, that's one of the reasons why we really didn't want to set ourselves in this position, is because we thought that we could handle this without Scotty, and maybe we still can, and we'll have to do it until he's 100%.
Comments from Phil Jackson. And again, as Phil mentioned, he was targeting Scotty kind of for that New York game on Thursday. But Scotty's mentioned that maybe he'll come back for tomorrow night's game at the United Center against Sacramento. And the Bulls going to be very careful about the return of Scottie Pippen. Start of the third quarter. Philadelphia on the attack, trailing by 2. Vernon Maxwell in that backcourt, along with Jerry Stackhouse, Alston, Pinckney, and Weatherspoon up front. Starting 5 on the floor for the Bulls. Weatherspoon took him a while to score. Matter of fact, he didn't get his first field goal until the second quarter, but he gets the Sixers off here in the third. Harper, Jordan, Kukoc, Longley, Wennington on the floor for the Bulls. Bill wanted to hit Jordan at the back door. Michael wasn't there, and it was intercepted by Ed Pinckney.
Well, these are the things that you're going to get with Dennis not there. Bill playing the power forward spot, maybe not knowing where all of the passing angles come from.
Luc Longley. Ron Harper resets the offense. Minute gone by, third quarter. Harper gets baseline. Had it knocked away. Alston, it appeared, made the block along with Vernon Maxwell on the other side. It'll belong to the Bulls. 6 to go on the shot clock. Chicago ball to the baseline. Toni triggers. Michael guarded by Vernon Maxwell. Derrick Alston, good timing on the rebound. Stackhouse around a screen by Pinckney. Harper got a piece of it. Longley to Hart, 2-on-1 with MJ. Here he comes. Yes, and a foul. Michael Jordan with 15.
A little slow developing that time, but really nicely done. A third foul on Alston. Watch this. Harp gives it to him. Michael goes in, and they get him right across the arm. Looked like Harp pushed that ball out in front of him a little bit. He did. Then finally finds Michael, and Michael finishes it up.
Derrick Alston on the foul, his third. Michael seeking a three-point play. 16 for Jordan in the game.
What Phil talked about there at halftime, he's got to get some some more play out of his big guys. Tony carried much of a scoring load with 12 points in the first quarter.
Weatherspoon watched by Wennington. Weatherspoon takes him off the dribble. Weatherspoon again, nobody was fouled. I believe it was Luc reaching over.
Personal foul, Luc Longley.
First on Luc, make it a second on Luc.
Clarence Weatherspoon.
First on the team. Clarence Weatherspoon at the free throw line. 15 points, 15 rebounds for Weatherspoon at New York the other night. Clarence has 9 points here tonight. Last 36 games, he's been averaging 11 rebounds a contest. Clarence Weatherspoon reaches double digits with 10 points. He has all 4 of the Sixer points here in the early going of the third quarter. Chicago by 1. Kukoc. Wennington the chip shot.
Boy, it went all over the iron, didn't it? Finally went to go down. 6 for Big Bill.
Big Bill touched them all with that shot, didn't he? First, second, third, and home. Stackhouse from deep. Kukoc is there. Bulls trying to push it up the floor.
Michael.
Backdoor Jordan. Beautiful feed from Kukoc. 18 for Jordan, 5 here in the third quarter.
Well, Tony pushed the ball up the floor, but Phil has said we missed that with Scotty. Scotty really pushes the ball up the floor.
Maxwell a brick there. Jordan picks off the Kerr. Bulls on the move. Michael into traffic, finds Harper. Longley trying to reset the offense here. Harper on the drive, trying to go backdoor to Luc. Intercepted by Pinckney. Here come the Sixers. Maxwell finishes it off. 5 for Vernon Maxwell. His first field goal since the opening quarter. Kukoc to Longley. Jordan covered at the back door. Wennington open out high. Stackhouse the rebound. Racing by Jordan to Maxwell. 4-3. Toni Kukoc the rebound.
Tony pushes.
Tony finds Longley. Big men have not been converting their opportunities, Red.
Luc is 0 for 3.
Maxwell sets it up against Harper. Four minutes gone by in the third. Stackhouse for 3. Alston and Longley finally takes off the floor. Bulls on top by 3. We are third quarter. Luc Longley on the block against Ed Pinckney. Tried to hit Harper. The ball batted. Wennington to Kukoc. The Bulls are getting some great looks, Red. Just not able to convert on the jumpers. Maxwell penetrating, draws contact and a foul.
Wennington on the foul.
Personal foul. Bill Wennington, his third.
So the third foul on Bill Wennington. Second on the team. Vernon Maxwell heads to the free throw stripe. Red, here tonight in the transition aspect of the game, the Sixers, when they've had their opportunities a fast break, have been the quicker team down the floor, haven't they?
Yes, they have. They're attacking very well.
The Bulls, meanwhile, when they get the ball on the open floor, have not been as quick or as sudden with their break. Seems like they've been waiting to run some offense and looking for something that maybe isn't there. It's been a tough night offensively to muster points.
This reminds you a little bit of last year when the Bulls didn't have that power forward to get the rebounds for them.
Exactly. That power forward to fuel the attack. You know, you take Dennis Rodman's 15 rebounds a night almost for granted.
That's right. He normally gives you 5 or 6 extra shots on the offensive end.
That can make a difference. Michael. Weatherspoon the rebound.
Bulls do not get that extra rebound.
It's an excellent point. Maxwell draws contact on Jordan, and the foul coming up on Michael. His second. Third on the team.
The Bulls' third team foul.
The Bulls leading by 2 with 7:08 to go third quarter. Phil Jackson's team will be back in the United Center tomorrow night. They'll be back on Channel 9 on WGN TV on Thursday evening against New York. Maxwell off the mark on his first.
Phil Jackson looking for win number 400 tonight. 399 and 157.
In this his 7th year on the bench. 7 points for Vernon Maxwell. Chicago's lead is down to 1. Michael off a screen by Luc Longley. The pirouette through the lane. 20 points for Jordan. 7 here in the 3rd quarter. He has scored 7 of the 9 Chicago points. Weatherspoon, quick double down. Good ball rotation. Stackhouse open 3. Rebound knocked out of bounds by Jordan. It will be Philadelphia basketball. Timeout called by the Sixers. 6 minutes and 36 seconds to go in the 3rd. Michael Jordan trying to shoulder the load here in Philadelphia.
There's only one drink fat enough to quench our thirst, and that's Turbo Sports.
God, genius! The can's upside down.
Don't talk to me like a child. I played Hamlet at Cambridge.
Once again, you've ruined my concentration.
Excuse me. What's my motivation?
When you're thirsty, trust your gut, not some actor. To earn this uniform, it takes years of practice. Or play the under the cap game with 1 in 6 chances of instantly winning free Sprite and Sprite Dream Team stuff.
Last year, nearly 8 million people had their lives turned upside down by unemployment. Hate to say it, but that's life. We're the first company that allows unemployed clients greater access to their annuity without a penalty. And that can help a lot until things get straightened out. That's New York Life, the company you keep.
Marriage? Woo. Are you sure, man?
Yeah, everything's gonna be all right.
No more women. Time to burn the little old black book. No more blondes, brunettes, redheads. No more hanging out with the guys. Maybe Steve can play quarterback.
When just a cold one isn't cold enough, crack open the refreshing taste of cold, filtered Miller Genuine Draft.
There you go. Thanks. I told you she was great.
Stay cool.
On Thursday, March 28th, the Bulls battle the Hawks. It's Miller Lite Cooler Bag Night. First 10,000 fans 21 and older entering the United Center will receive a Bulls cooler bag. Compliments of Miller Lite. Wayne Larrivee along with Johnny Kerr, our producer-director, is Skip Ellison, and take a look at Michael Jordan in action here.
Pirouette all the way around through everybody over the rim. He's got 20 points and 10 rebounds. A double-double here going for Mike.
High quarter was the 2nd, and he's probably going to eclipse that mark here in the 3rd. 76er ball. Vernon Maxwell, the former Houston Rocket, guarded by Michael Jordan. Alston rotates the ball to Stackhouse, picked up by Harper. Alston chased by Wennington and Kukoc. Maxwell wide open for 3.
They chase the guy around, a big guy that can't dribble very well, and they leave Maxwell open, who can shoot that 3.
Tied at 57. Harper. Wennington with the chip shot again. Kukoc on the loose ball foul. Tony's 3rd. 4th on the team.
Toni Kukoc, his 3rd team point.
Let's take a look at the Bulls' upcoming games, sponsored by Ford. Tomorrow against Sacramento. Thursday at home against New York. 7 o'clock on WGN with a bullseye. Sunday at Toronto. Next Thursday against Atlanta. 7 p.m. on WGN.
So Buechler comes in for Bill Wennington. Bulls go a little smaller.
Stackhouse. Alston.
Leave him out there. That's the guy you leave alone. He can't shoot out there.
Now Maxwell to Stackhouse, gets around Luc Longley.
Got around everybody going to the hoop. 18 points.
A snake of a move, wasn't it? Yeah. Oh, he just slithered in there.
They're out double teaming Alston. He needs a body out there.
Here's Luc Longley. Buechler given the outside jumper for three. Well, Weatherspoon came up on him and said, go ahead, take it.
That's what last night he came in the game in the third quarter. He hit 2 of those.
Maxwell on the runner, and a foul coming up. He was pushed by Buechler, I believe. Let's pause here for station identification.
This is America's #1 sports station, WGN-TV, Chicago.
Maxwell shooting 2.
That foul was not on Jud Buechler. It was on Michael Jordan. It is his third personal. Maxwell at the line, off the mark on his first. Maxwell, normally a 78% free throw shooter, has missed 3 of 5 here tonight.
All in this quarter.
Yes, indeed.
He opened up the game with a 3-point field goal, and he's got 7 points here.
So 11 on the night now for Vernon Maxwell and the Bulls, and Sixers are tied at 60. Coming up on 5 minutes to go in the third. Here's Hart. Toni, backdoor, Michael on the reverse. Beautiful move.
Listen to the fans here. They love that. Michael all the way past the basket, spins it back over his head for 22.
Maxwell the runner, and the tip by Pinckney. Pinckney with 6 as the action picks up here, heading toward the later stages of the third.
Did that last Sixer basket to Derrick Stackhouse.
Longley. Pinckney clears.
What a tough night for Luc. Tough night.
Maxwell, a bullet too hot to handle for Stackhouse. Well, you mentioned Luc's struggles here tonight, and of course the other night had a rough ball game at New Jersey. Luc with just 2 points in that game on 1 for 9 shooting from the floor. He's 0 for 4 tonight.
The illegal defense.
Illegal defense on Philadelphia. That's their first. So the warning given. The Bulls will get it out of bounds with a reloaded shot clock. John Lucas not happy.
Watch Michael's basket here as he goes right by everybody and then brings the ball up, throws it off the glass. And in.
4 minutes straight up to go in the third. Jordan against Stackhouse. Buechler at the arc. It's inside the arc around Weatherspoon. Stackhouse outfights Michael for the rebound. Vernon Maxwell. Stackhouse lost the handle on it, but a foul coming up. It's on Luc Longley, I believe.
It's on Luc, yes, sir.
Third foul on Luc Longley. Jerry Stackhouse heads to the line. Stackhouse drains the first, he'll have another.
They might be better just going with a smaller lineup. I mean, the big guys in the middle are not doing it tonight. Maybe this is one of those games when you come after you play against Patrick Ewing and Georgie Murison and Mutombo and Bradley. Well, here, now Luc goes out.
John Salley in. It has been a rough night for the big guys. Stackhouse makes good on a pair at the line. He has 20 points. 76ers by 2. Under 4 minutes to go in the third. Toni Kukoc, guarded by Derrick Alston, should try to take him off the dribble. Gets a screen from John Salley. Toni on the drive.
Nice. Gets all roll.
That's a good point, Rudd. Why not go with a smaller, quicker lineup? You're being outrun down the floor anyway.
Forcing your centers to play against a forward.
Stackhouse. Buechler came over to help out. I believe he's the man who'll get called for the foul here. No, it's going to be on Harper. Ronnie picks up his second personal. Boy, Jerry Stackhouse really creating all kinds of havoc off the dribble, isn't he?
In he goes to try to, he was going to try to tomahawk that baby down in.
Harper got it from behind, but also got his arm and committed the foul, and Stackhouse puts in another free throw. Bulls call a timeout. 3:07 to go in this, the third quarter. Phil Jackson and company have slipped behind by 1.
When you're flying the low-fare airline, you're flying with Southwest. You gotta fly out to see the honey, or maybe close a big business deal. But you don't wanna spend so much money that you can't afford your next meal. We will fly you right to your city. You'll be laughing all the way there. There'll be money left in the kitty, cause you've paid the lowest fare. We're not a low-fare airline, we're the low-fare airline. Little word, big difference. Ba-ba-da.
Filtered Miller Genuine Draft. Stay cool.
Phew! That smells worse than I do.
It's my sweaty, smelly feet. What can I do?
You need Odor Eater's foot powder. Now it has powerful Arm & Hammer baking soda. So Odor Eater's powder neutralizes sweaty foot acid that causes embarrassing odor. These Dr. Scholl's can't. Plus, Odor Eater's powder can dry up 25 times more wetness than talc.
No more wet, smelly feet.
Wow! Maybe I should use it.
Odor Eater's foot powder. Now with Arm & Hammer baking soda.
The Miller Genuine Draft Shoot the Bull 3-on-3 Classic returns this summer to Chicago's Grant Park. Call 312-455-4000 for more information or check the Tribune on Wednesday or Sunday for an entry form. Sponsored in part by the Chicago Tribune, Coca-Cola, Sport Mart, Salem Sportswear, and Toshiba. Let's bring you up to date. Earlier in this third quarter, they called a foul. We thought on Luc Longley. They attributed it to Michael Jordan. Luc has 2 personal fouls. Michael has 4. Officially now. So obviously Michael has to be somewhat careful here as we are still in the third quarter. Stackhouse, meanwhile, continues to hit at the line. He has 22 points. Stackhouse 9 out of 10 at the free throw line himself.
12 free throws for them in this quarter.
Most of them Jerry Stackhouse. Buechler at the arc. 9 to go on the shot clock. Salley. Toni wide open. Take it. Stackhouse had it knocked away from behind. Got another foul coming up. It's on John Salley.
2 more free throws coming up. Bulls deep in problem. They cannot rebound against this club. This club is just getting all inside and blocking out individually.
You know, I'll tell you, Red, the Nets out-rebounded the Bulls 58-47, including 22-15 on the offensive glass the other night. Now, the Nets are the #1 rebounding team in the NBA. Part of it, the reason they are, is because they're one of the worst shooting teams in the NBA. But I think what we're seeing here tonight is the residue of Dennis Rodman's departure from the lineup, because here tonight you've got a very average rebounding team in Philadelphia, and yet they have been able to stay with the Bulls on the board, and especially here in the second half, they've wiped the boards clean. The Bulls have had only 1 shot at it appears, for the most part.
Bulls are 9 out of 13 from the foul line. Now they're 21 out of 26.
Stackhouse finally missed one there. Made 1 out of 2 on that trip. Bulls trail by 3. Jordan. Too strong. Buechler batting away at it. Maxwell comes away. Mad Max sets it up. Under 2.5 to go.
Stackhouse on Kerr down low. Watch out.
Pinckney. In traffic.
That's on Michael. Deep problems.
Foul on 30 on Jud Buechler.
Second personal foul.
They go to the line again. Every trip down, they go to the line.
So Jud Buechler picks up the foul, and it is his second personal. Meanwhile, the 76ers, I've got them for 1 team foul here in the third quarter. Pinckney off the mark on his first.
Shot twice as many, would you say?
The Sixers only have 5 field goals in this quarter, Red, but boy, the damage they've done at the line has been more than enough. Bulls held the Nets to 5 field goals in the third quarter in New Jersey the other night. Jordan penetrating, high off the glass, too high. The race is on for the basketball. Harper to the deck. Buechler back the other way, under 2 minutes to go in the third. Kerr. Michael on the block. Travel.
9-1 third quarter fouls in favor of the Bulls, and that's one you don't want to lead.
That's a dubious category, to say the least.
Travel by Michael as he spun down the baseline. 4-point lead. This is big for them. There he goes down into the hoop. But
Sixers have attempted 16 free throws this quarter to just 1 for the Bulls. Stackhouse to Alston. Vernon Maxwell. And it should be pointed out, we're not saying bad officiating as a result. Maxwell off the jump. He has 13 in the game. The disparity in the free throws is not because of poor officiating. It's because the Bulls have not been able to get to their spots quick enough and not been able to do the job defensively.
He stayed on the outside. That time Stackhouse reached across Michael, and they'll pick up his third foul.
It's only the second of the team, first of the last 2 minutes.
Here comes Randy Brown in for Ronnie Harper.
And you're right, Red. On the other end, offensively, the Bulls have been perimeter oriented. So 2 factors lead to a disparity in free throw shooting in this quarter. As you see, substitution made here. Greg Sutton reports on. Randy Brown is in for the Bulls. Sutton is in for Stackhouse.
Greg Sutton can light it up too. They signed him to a 10-day contract, a 10-day, and then they signed him the rest of the year, and he can put points on the board.
Jordan to the turnaround. Michael with 24, 11 of which have come here in the third quarter. Under a minute to go, third quarter. Bulls trail by 4. Massenburg is also back into the game for Philadelphia. Vernon Maxwell. Randy Brown picks it off. Here comes Michael. Kerr open at the arc. Buechler from the corner. Blocked by Massenburg.
He's got a low flat shot. It's easy to get to, and he usually looks away from that if there's somebody right there with it. Steve Kerr, on the other hand, he throws that high looper up.
Bulls ball, 16 to go on the shot clock. John Salley to the reverse.
Salley with the driving basket. His second, what is it, third for the Bulls he's got this year.
70-68. Philadelphia on top. Sutton wants Massenburg on the block against Buechler. Now it gets a screen. Looking for the screen roll, not there. Sutton puts it up with 4 to go on the shot clock. Rebound batted. Finally controlled by Salley as time expires in the third quarter. So a struggle for the Bulls, who struggled defensively in committing fouls and also were perimeter oriented offensively and thus did not draw many fouls on their own. A big disparity of the free throw line in the third quarter has fueled the 76ers to a 2-point lead, 70-68.
Listen to what you can do by controlling this laser. It's the world at your fingertips at Science Carnival, now playing at the Nature Museum of the Chicago Academy of Sciences through June 16th at North Pier.
Thousands of forest fires are started by people who never realize what they've done. Some never even set foot in the forest.
What questions keep men up nights? How good can you possibly feel? Are you looking for peak performance? Men's Health magazine has the answers. Call now and get your first issue free. You'll discover uncommon knowledge like 50 ways to flatten your stomach without sit-ups, how to cut your cholesterol 30 points in only 30 days, 5 intimate secrets to better relationships. With this special TV offer, you'll also get these 3 vital books free. Discover the sex secrets women wish men knew. Learn how to get rid of that gut quickly and easily. Plus, you'll get 101 Men's Health secrets every man should know. Call now for your free trial issue of Men's Health. You'll get the full year of Men's Health for $19.97 and these 3 books free. Where are the answers to your questions? In Men's Health.
Call 1-800-298-5500 now for a free trial issue of Men's Health magazine.
Subscribe now at our lowest price and get all 3 books free. Have your credit card ready.
Grant Hill has special Brazilian rubber on his shoes, which makes him jump 12 feet high.
His head is aerodynamically shaped, you know. Now he's so fast, he can pass the ball to himself. I heard every time Grant Hill drinks Sprite, he's not thirsty anymore.
To earn this uniform, it takes years of practice. Or play the under the cap game with 1 in 6 chances of instantly winning free Sprite and Sprite Dream Team stuff.
Write down the Bulls' high score, his point total and the date of tonight's game, and send it on a postcard to WGN. You could win round-trip tickets on Southwest Airlines, the low-fare airline.
Wayne Larrivee, Johnny Red Kerr as we get set to start the 4th period of play. We mentioned the rebounding factor now. The Chicago Bulls, one of the best rebounding teams in the league, 2nd overall in the NBA in rebounding. Philadelphia is 28th out of 29 teams in rebounding, but tonight Sixers holding a slight edge on the boards, but that dramatizes the impact of Dennis Rodman not being on the floor for the Bulls. They're struggling with one of the worst rebounding teams in the NBA tonight. Michael Jordan down low, in on Pinckney, drew contact in the foul. Pinckney picks up his 2nd. In that 3rd period of play, the Bulls shot 1 free throw.
It came on a 3-point play by Michael.
Philadelphia shot 16 free throws. Jordan at the free throw line. 24 points. He had 11 of Chicago's 20 points in the 3rd quarter. Again, double digits with rebounds, Red. Taking on an added role on the board without Dennis Rodman around. 26 for Michael Jordan.
And an added role with Scotty not around.
Exactly.
So the Bulls don't have Jason Cappy, who was getting a lot of minutes, getting the minutes behind Dennis.
And boy, it would have been a great opportunity to get him big time minutes now. Sutton on the penetration. Off the glass. Red Sutton, as Red mentioned, picked up from Charlotte, was cut by the Hornets when they activated Michael Adams back in January. Jordan with Kerr, Salley, Kukoc, and Wennington on the floor for the Bulls. Wennington playing the center position. Kukoc on the run. Had it knocked away, and the foul coming up on Ed Pinckney, and he is really upset. That's going to be his 3rd.
Well, what happened here is the first 2 fouls they commit are shooting fouls. Michael knocked in 2 free throws. Now Toni Kukoc goes to the line to shoot 2.
Toni Kukoc, 14 points, 12 of which came in the 1st half. Miller Lite scoreboard. Denver leading Toronto in the 4th. Early in that ball game, Milwaukee on top of Utah in the 2nd. 2nd quarter also as Golden State shading San Antonio, and later start for Seattle and the LA Clippers. Tony puts in on a pair. He has 16. All 4 Bulls points here in the 4th quarter. In direct contrast to the 3rd, it's come from the free throw line. Weatherspoon. Double down from Kukoc. Massenburg out high. Here's Stackhouse. Stackhouse driving baseline.
Oh,
Salley!
Oh, John Salley looked like he had a great block. Stackhouse is going to go to the free throw line. Watch this. He's going to come down the baseline. He goes on in. Salley steps over and meets him right at the pass. And 9 times out of 10, that's a block shot, isn't it?
Yes, it is. 9 times out of 10. That was the one time.
And my old friend Stinky Fryer would have said, early ripe, early rotten. Things don't go for you like that.
James Edwards returns for the Bulls for John Salley.
Edwards is in. Salley leaves. Salley with 4 personal fouls. Who's that? Stinky who?
Stinky Fryer.
Stinky Fryer. Stackhouse has 24. How's Bob Allen doing?
Recovering very nicely.
Thinking of buddies of yours and mine.
Yeah.
Bob Allen, one of your fishing partners.
Oh,
Jordan, beautiful cut. Kukoc with the delivery. Michael, 28.
Toni Kukoc with his 16 points, 6 rebounds, 8 assists.
Bulls by 1. Steal. Jordan. In on Stackhouse.
Yes, and there's the foul. Michael wasn't able to get to the hoop as quick. Stackhouse bore down on him and commits the foul. Jordan goes to the line. Stackhouse with his 4th foul. But just an overplay, and Mike picks up the steal.
Take a look at this. Couple of North Carolina bred thoroughbreds.
There's the steal. A little slower when you're dribbling the ball, but they go up and over the top of the head. He hits them, and the fans here didn't like it, but we didn't like the call on Salley, did we?
No.
And then Michael, just before that, gets a pass from Toni down the lane as he shakes Stackhouse and goes up and hammers it down through.
Toni missed 2 free throws in the second quarter. Since then, he has made 6 in a row. And he makes a pair here. The Bulls by 3. Greg Sutton and Jerry Stackhouse, the backcourt combination for Philadelphia. Weatherspoon down low, posting Wennington. Clarence Weatherspoon has 12. Weatherspoon, Massenburg, and Derrick Alston, the front line for Philadelphia. They've been playing 3 forwards all night, as Red mentioned. It's been a hard matchup for the Bulls big men. They've not been able to take advantage. Jordan pulls up. Back tap by Edwards. Kerr for 3. Edwards late on the rebound try, and he's called for the foul. James Edwards. First on Edwards. Second of the team. Up off the bench, Jud Buechler back on. He's played big minutes here tonight. In and out of the lineup. And again, like you mentioned, more often than not, Phil has gone with 2 or 3 forwards on the floor himself to try to match up with Philadelphia. Phil Jackson struggling to find a lineup that'll produce some points and stop the Sixers. Weatherspoon in close to the hook. Bill Wennington the rebound. Here's Steve Kerr. 1-point advantage, Chicago. Kukoc on the high block against Massenburg. Michael.
Boy, he came around. Toni looked out in front of him. Mike standing wide open. He's got 32.
22nd timeout taken by Coach John Lucas and the Philadelphia 76ers.
Take a look at that last basket as they throw the ball into Toni. He's going to go down and post up, and Michael comes from the far side, gets a little screen by Wennington, but Stackhouse doesn't pay attention to him as he brushes by Steve Kerr and hits the wide open jumper. Now that's 9 assists for Toni. He's working on a triple-double here, and that would be the first for him in a Bulls uniform. And there it is. Nicely done. Isn't that nice? You give the ball to Michael, he's wide open, you turn around and go, oh, I think I got an assist.
Especially if it's the 4th quarter. Our next telecast, Bulls and Knicks. Thursday at the United Center, Bullseye at 7 o'clock. And of course, in light of what happened a week ago Sunday at Madison Square Garden, that gives that Knicks game a whole new look. The Knicks trying to play well to hold on to the 4th playoff spot. We got a full timeout taken now on the floor. 9:12 to go. We'll be back.
Now, don't ask me why, but Sharon wants to meet you. So once she gets here, just say hello, act normal, then we're out of here.
I can't believe our little Billy has a girlfriend.
Okay, first rule, my name is Bill, and I'm not little.
Bill?
You're not gonna wear that.
What?
What's with that hair?
What?
Why is he in a suit?
Cool, huh?
Why did I agree to this? Hi, Sharon, this is my family, let's go.
Hey, wait, we're just going to McDonald's. Maybe they'd like to come with us.
McDonald's? Yeah, that's okay with you, Bill.
$285 horsepower, 2 airbags, and 2 easy open tops. The Pontiac Firebird T-Top and Firebird Convertible. Too cool.
Impressive resume, Peter.
Thank you, sir.
A degree in rocket science.
Yeah.
And a tour of duty with the Foreign Legion.
Yes, I mean we.
Well, Peter, I don't believe it.
You don't?
Mon ami, I too am a legionnaire.
When just a cold one isn't cold enough, crack open the refreshing taste of cold filtered Miller Genuine Draft.
Oui. Nous sommes des fans de la Légion.
Cold filtered Miller Genuine Draft. Stay cool.
On Thursday, March 21st, when the Bulls battle the New York Knicks, it's Ariel Mutual Funds Hat Night. First 10,000 fans entering United Center receive a Bulls hat compliments of Ariel Mutual Funds.
How about this? Jordan with 19 points, the other Bulls with 11 this half.
Tell me he's not carrying this team on his shoulders right now. Stackhouse. Oh, nice move. Beautiful move by Stackhouse. Hard to the baseline and then pulled up. Lost everybody. 26 for Stackhouse. He's an impressive rookie, Red.
Yep.
Buechler. Kerr finds Jordan. Stackhouse raked all over him. Michael to the fade. Massenburg the rebound. Greg Sutton starts up. Bulls lead by just 1. Under 8.5 to go for the game. Stackhouse wants it on the block against Kerr. Higgins outside, resets for 3. Higgins lost Buechler, then Kukoc, then drained it. And the Sixers lead by 2. Michael with under 8 minutes to go. To the fade over Higgins. 34 for Jordan. 10 here in the fourth quarter. 10 of the 12 Chicago points of the fourth quarter. Weatherspoon double down from Wennington. 7 to go on the shot clock for Philadelphia. Weatherspoon. Wennington picks off the rebound. Bulls and Sixers tied at 80. Coming up on 7 minutes left to go in the game. Kerr running hard off the screen by Kukoc. Tony's open at the arc. Massenburg to Sutton. Higgins, Stackhouse, Weatherspoon complete the lineup on the floor for John Lucas and the Sixers. Stackhouse goes to work. Weatherspoon digs it out. Stackhouse for 2. Rebound Jordan. Bulls can take the lead here. Michael.
Oh, what a move on Weatherspoon he made. Slammed right through everybody. Jordan with 36, and the fans loving it here. 2-point game, 6:20 to go, 6:25.
It's a close ball game, and they're seeing Jordan do his thing. Couldn't be better for the fans here at the Spectrum. Sutton. Chased by Kerr. Back tapped rebound. Steve Kerr able to tightrope the sidelines and keep it in play. Michael. Stackhouse reached down on him and grabbed him.
Almost made that shot over the top of his head. Stackhouse with his 5th. Maxwell comes in, and who's leaving here? Sutton is going to leave.
Stackhouse, as you mentioned, 5 personals, 4 on the team now. We still have 6:03 to go in the game. Bulls leading by 2. Timeout taken by Chicago. 6:03 to go. We are fourth quarter. The Bulls at the moment shade the 76ers by 2.
Circuit breakers. Check. Window heat. On. Take off warning horn. Check. Parking brake. Set. Radios, radar, and transponder. Set and standing by. Sunscreen. SPF 15. That's a check.
Southwest Airlines is going to Florida with low fares on every seat, every flight, every day. Florida has never been closer.
Cool shades. On.
Seems like everyone wants to be top dog. Thanks to the new instant game from the Illinois Lottery, it's not much of a stretch. You could win up to $25,000, and that could put anyone on top of the world. Top dog, got a second? Play this instant.
At Burger King, we're not your mother.
Eat your vegetables.
Whopper, no tomato. So you can order your Whopper any way you want.
You don't need all that ketchup.
And extra ketchup. Broiled to perfection over an open flame and then fixed fresh your way for a one-of-a-kind taste.
Don't take such big bites.
With fries and a drink, it's just $2.99.
Watch your pennies.
Listen to your mother. The delicious $2.99 Whopper value meal at Burger King. Get your burger's worth.
Championship type ring right there. Chicago Bulls.
Hey.
How about that?
Look at Michael Jordan. Watch this play. He just goes by Stackhouse and hammers it in. And do the fans here in Philadelphia love it?
Look at the guys behind the bench.
Behind the bench. Up screaming.
Take a look at Michael this half. He is 9 for 15 in the second half. He was only 5 for 14 in the first half. Michael carrying this team here. The inbounds off the mark instead of Wennington. Jud Buechler, a 4-pass there. Sutton resets the offense for the 76ers.
He came back in again for Stackhouse, who had a lead with his 5th foul.
Higgins trying to cut him. Ill-advised pass. Boy, Sutton was trying to thread a needle that just wasn't open. Wennington picked it off. Now the Bulls set up, leading by 2. Jordan baseline. Buechler to Kerr. Make that Kukoc. Kukoc should hit it. Kerr, here he is. Out front. Oh, Wennington with an eraser of a pick set on Greg Sutton. Oh, my.
Steve Kerr with points 9 and 10, but you're right. He'll set a big pick.
I mean, Wennington just erased Greg Sutton from that play. Weatherspoon, a force there. Wennington the rebound. Bill Wennington nabbing some important rebounds here in this 4th quarter. Toni at the arc. Now Michael. 10 to go on the shot clock. Jordan to the fade. Massenburg the rebound. Boy, who died and made Massenburg an all-star tonight?
The Bulls can't move a body sideways for a defensive rebound. If it doesn't come right up in the air, they don't get the rebound. Steve Kerr coming across. It looked like he was trying to hold him, but
it looked like it. Steve Kerr picks it up. No, Wennington. 4th on Bill Wennington. 3rd on the team.
So Sutton leaves again. Stackhouse comes in with 4:41. The Bulls with a 4-point lead, and Ronnie Harper strolls on down, and he comes for Steve Kerr.
Kerr heads to the bench with 10 points.
So they don't want to give Maxwell, who is height on Kerr, or Stackhouse. So they bring in Ronnie Harper.
They've also got another bigger guard in Higgins, although he's more of a 3 player, but really is an off guard. Now Stackhouse from deep.
That was not a good shot by Stackhouse. He just came in the game and backed up on a 3. I mean, you might want to take it to the hole a little bit.
Or you might want to just get into some offense.
Get a little sweat up, right?
Yeah, exactly. Break a sweat first. Michael Jordan. Picked up by Maxwell. Off a screen by Kukoc. Michael. How many times did he pump and he comes up off the mark?
Michael said the guy got a piece of it. What happened? And Lucas is out on the floor. What is he running around on the floor for?
I think he's trying to orchestrate his team into some offense.
Yeah, but you got to stay on the runway.
Yeah. You think John thought he was a player for a moment there? 4-point lead Chicago. Under 4 minutes to go. Weatherspoon against Wennington. Double down from Kukoc again. Stackhouse. Weatherspoon. Bill Wennington secures the board.
Boy, the Bulls have held this 4-point lead. They cannot score on one end. Yeah, but they play pretty good defense on the other end. Might want to let Toni just go a little one-on-one once.
Kukoc for 3. Right.
Oh, now a timeout by Lucas. Toni, a dagger from the top of the key, and he's got 19.
As hard as points are to come by tonight for both of these teams, the 7-point Bulls lead, which is the largest of the night, looms very big with just 3:23 to go.
this uniform, it takes years of practice. Or play the under the cap game with 1 in 6 chances of instantly winning free Sprite and Sprite Dream Team stuff.
Have you had your break today, yeah?
The GMC Sierra. This year, it has even more power, and it's always been known for strength. And of course, style. But we still felt the need for a little something on the side. The convenient new third door. Another first on Sierra from GMC.
On Saturday, March 30th, Bulls battle the LA Clippers at U.S. Robotics Hat Night. First 10,000 fans entering the United Center will receive a Bulls hat, compliments of U.S. Robotics. Toni Kukoc with a big three-pointer to give the Bulls some breathing room. A 7-point advantage, the biggest of the night.
Sixers haven't scored in the last 4:40.
Jordan's outscored them in the fourth quarter 12-10. In the second half, Michael has 23 points. His teammates have 16 in the entire second half.
Oh,
bad pass by Maxwell. Knocked over Kerr in the process. Harper comes up to Steve Kerr. Wide open, 4-3.
Barry, another timeout by Luc. They did not pick Steve Kerr up. They went instead to Ronnie Harper, Luc, and Steve Kerr pops it in.
The leading three-point marksman in the NBA at 52% has given the Bulls a 10-point bulge. Just under 3 minutes to go in the fourth.
On Sister, G is accepted at a fancy prep school.
We're almost there.
There's just one problem. Lisa's broke.
I watch public television all the time, and I want to talk to you about my pledge. No, I don't want to make one. I want mine back.
Van on the Parenthood.
Guess who?
Robert Townsend's best friend.
Wendell?
Wendell?
Becomes a peeping paparazzi.
Wendell's outside taping us.
But when the family's in focus,
Mommy!
Robert zooms in on him.
Wendell!
Wednesday at 7 on WGN Channel 9.
What time is it, Grandpa?
It's almost 5 o'clock. We'd better get a move on.
Hey, that new hearing aid works good. But why can't I see it?
Because it's a Miracle Ear Mirage.
That's really neat. It's like almost invisible. You know, for a long time, me and Grandpa never talked. Mom said his hearing was bad.
I couldn't make out what she was saying. So I called Miracle Ear for a free video, Hearing Loss in You. I learned a lot of important things about hearing, including ways to help myself. You know, it's sad going through life not hearing what your family's saying, particularly when you might learn how to help yourself with this free 15-minute video.
Tell me some more about fishing, Grandpa.
It is so much fun.
If you're missing what friends and family are telling you, call the toll-free number now for your free 15-minute video, Hearing Loss in You. No cost or obligation, so call right now.
Chicago 90, Philadelphia 80 here with 2:53 left. You want to see a good piece of defense. Steve Kerr comes over on Maxwell, gets knocked down. Now, everybody forgets about Steve, so he gets up and says, I'll just beat a trailer. He slowly goes over. They double-team Harper. Steve gets the ball. Hey, nobody picking me up? I'll have a three. Nicely done, Steve.
Sixers resume trailing by 10. Under 3 minutes to go. The Bulls on a big run now, 12-0. On a three-pointer, Maxwell, a circus shot.
Maxwell.
7 points the lead. Chicago with the lead in the ball. 2.5 to go. Harper pops up high. Wennington baseline. 8 to go on the shot clock to Jordan. Over Maxwell.
Michael.
Nails in the coffin.
38. The Bulls were 2 out of 12 from three-point line in that first half. And since then, they've been 3 out of 5 here in the second, shooting very well.
Maxwell, good catch by Stackhouse. Scored and a foul.
Bill Wennington on the foul. Stackhouse reaches in with the left hand. He's got 28 big points here, and the foul on Bill Wennington. So they come with a three-pointer by Mad Max and have a chance to get another three back here if he makes this free throw.
Take a look at this. Good catch by Stackhouse, and then in with power. I'd like to see our big men go to the rack like that little guard did, huh? Jerry Stackhouse. 29 for Stackhouse.
His high is 34 this year. His first year.
2 minutes now to go. In this fourth quarter, Harper picked up the dribble just in time. Wennington. Toni flying wide open on the wing. Massenburg kicked it out of bounds. They'll reload the shot clock.
Well, it was down to 7. Did he get a kick or what? Yep, they will reload. Yes, sir. So the Bulls get a new 24 out of it.
Kick basketball, new 24-second clock.
Bulls have held 6 of their last 8 opponents under 90 points. Sixers have 86 right now. Minute 40 to go. Bulls patiently running some offense here. Toni K. Kerr. 10 to go on the shot clock for Kukoc. Backing Massenburg. Kukoc steps away. Left it short. Minute 20 to go. Sixers. Steal by Kukoc, knocked it out of bounds. 6-point lead, Chicago.
Tony knew where that pass was going. It was a good thing it was a bullet, or he had that one on the other, going down the other way.
Higgins, the inbounds to Maxwell. Maxwell penetrating. No foul. Wennington retrieves.
Now the foul.
Foul is on Weatherspoon.
That should be their 5th.
Ooh, make it Vernon Maxwell. Weatherspoon's the guy who hit him. Maxwell picks up his 4th, obviously in frustration. Team is over the limit.
So with 1:08 here, Bill Wennington, a starter in the power forward position, came in. He got 6 rebounds.
6 points for Wennington in the ball game so far tonight. Had 4 in the first quarter.
And all his rebounds here in the second half.
Heel of the rim on the first, and Bill has been shooting 89% from the free throw stripe. Of course, doesn't get a lot of opportunities at the charity stripe. 25 of 28 coming into tonight's game.
Michael and Max jockeying down there on the side.
Drops in the second. 7 for Wennington. Timeout called Philadelphia. 68 seconds to go in the game. John Lucas and company trailing the Bulls 93-86.
Start your day with WGN Morning News.
I'm going to do my imitation of the L.
I guess I've heard it all now.
What was I thinking? Paul looks like Wyatt Earp.
Evening, ma'am.
We look like 3 goober amigos.
Good. Ready? I'm sure you saw my best side on that.
Oh, man, you have no idea. Who is that Sam Rubin? I'm the Hollywood Insider. I mean, I couldn't get a hold of LaToya Jackson.
This just into the WGN weather office.
Why are you looking at me? Sonny's like quicker than the 40-minute you mentioned, isn't it? I didn't mean it like that. Stay away from the traffic. It's my business.
I'm just hanging around out here.
They're feeling a little giddy because we got free buttons yesterday.
Whenever you guys want to get to me, that's fine.
Did Nicolas Cage refer to Randy Salerno as sir? No, sir. Wow, it's a stretch. You people can stop laughing now.
We're out of here.
WGN Morning News, weekday mornings from 7 to 9, because anything can happen.
Wayne Larrivee, Johnny Kerr back at the Corestates Spectrum. Been an interesting ball game. Been a struggle for the Chicago Bulls, who now lead by 7. Our next telecast comes up on Thursday night. Bullseye at 7 o'clock here on WGN. The Bulls and the Knicks at the United Center.
Well, it's been a scratch and a mud game, but look at Coach Phil Jackson. He's lost a couple of his players in Scottie Pippen and Dennis Rodman suspended for 6 games. Jason Caffey on the list, but yet he is 108 from getting his 400th win as a Bulls head coach. What a milestone for Phil Jackson.
And Red, earlier tonight we talked with Coach Jackson about the Dennis Rodman situation at length, and it appears we'll have time to show you that interview pretty much in its entirety. That'll be following the conclusion of the ball game here, so stay with us. Sean Higgins on the inbounds. 93-86 Chicago. 68 seconds to go in the game. Sixers are out of timeouts. Maxwell comes to center court for the inbounds feed, and was that a foul on Wennington? Looked like he might have been holding Weatherspoon.
That's the 5th team foul, so they will step into the penalty.
That's 6 on Bill Wennington. He fouls out of the game.
All right, let's see who Phil takes a look down. Who he's going to come with. Bushy.
And again, Red, you pointed out right at the top tonight that the 76ers are playing basically 3 forwards on their front line, and it's not been a very comfortable matchup for the Bulls big men. Wennington and Longley have had trouble getting on track here, especially Luc Longley. Bill has done a good job off the boards in the second half.
Yeah, and Bill ended up with 7 points. Luc did not scratch tonight. And the free throw now by Clarence Weatherspoon, is 13.
You know, you go into a game like this tonight, you look at the matchup on paper, and you figure Luc should have a big night, Red. And we've seen a lot of these situations where he appears to have a physical advantage, but doesn't appear to take advantage of it on the floor with his points and rebounding. What causes that? Is it just something? Is he out of sync in that regard? Is he?
They've got to foul him here also. Nope. He's going to guard Toni tightly.
Steve Kerr. Quick ball movement to Kukoc. 10 to go on the shot clock for the Bulls.
Pass a little bit too high, or else Steve had a.
Kerr to Harper. Under a minute to go. Kukoc for 3 as the shot clock expires. Weatherspoon the rebound.
So the Bulls did suck off some time in that clock. 24 seconds. And
5-point ball game. Favor of the Bulls. Higgins for 3. Stackhouse gets it back. Kerr slipped and bumped into Stackhouse, and Jerry Stackhouse will be going to the line. Kerr picks up his first personal foul.
Stackhouse with 29 points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11,
12 and 15 for
13,
the line.
14, 15, 16, and 17 free throws. He's got 30. He's played hard. He's gone hard to the hoop.
Sure has. 31 for Stackhouse.
Look at this. Look at this.
To put it away.
Look at that. Toni Kukoc with the long distance pass. Toni with his 11th assist.
Lead is 5. Stackhouse on the drive. Alston. Sixers haven't quit yet. The inbound to Michael Jordan, over to Toni Kukoc. 13 seconds, time winding down to 10 seconds. Kukoc in the open court, fouled by Higgins to stop the clock with 10.2 remaining.
And now they talk a little bit. Toni has something to say. Who is it, Stackhouse talking to him? Or? Yeah.
Take a look at this play that may have nailed the coffin shut.
Toni looks down and fires at the Bushy.
Sixers came right back and got a field goal, and it's a 3-point ball game, and now Toni at the line with 10.2 seconds remaining. Sixers are out of timeouts. Toni misses the first.
Toni is averaging 20 points a game since Scotty sat down, and now he's got one more. They're trying to get Trevor Ruffin in, who can shoot the 3. So the Bulls sitting on a 3-point lead. Yesterday or the other day, Michael went to the foul line. Cool as a cucumber. He nailed the 4 free throws coming down the stretch. Toni misses one. Has one more to go here with 10.2 on the clock.
Trevor Ruffin, Clarence Weatherspoon, Sean Higgins, Jerry Stackhouse, and Vernon Maxwell on the floor for Philadelphia. Kukoc with a very important second free throw, and he missed them both. Weatherspoon the rebound. It's only a 3-point game. Maxwell.
A foul. They call a foul.
Maxwell was fouled before the shot attempt as Kerr went down hard on the play.
Foul is on. They converge in the corner. Michael Jordan and Steve Kerr. There they will take a look at it as they come down into the corner. Ruffin has the ball. Michael reached in, and I thought that's where the foul was occurred. That's where I heard the whistle blow.
It was Michael committing the foul.
Yeah, okay.
His 5th.
Luc Longley is in to go underneath the, try to rebound here. So Mad Max, who's been straying all over the place here, makes the free throw, closes it down a little bit. 17 for him.
95, 93.
Now the Bulls bring in James Edwards and Luc Longley. Massenburg comes in. Stackhouse will be coming off the runway, I would think. So Steve Kerr's job is to keep him out there.
That's exactly
this should be exciting. Michael's the third man on the lane. You got guys that can jump over that basket standing under there. Massenburg and Weatherspoon.
Vernon Maxwell to make it a 1-point game. 18 for Maxwell. 4.8 seconds remaining.
Bulls take a timeout.
Bulls.
So Maxwell makes the 2 free throws. The Bulls that looked like were coasting free when a 3-point field goal by Steve Kerr gave them a 10-point lead. And then all of a sudden,
it's been nip and tuck since.
The Bulls have not scored as they would like to, and then Toni just missed 2 free throws that could have really put it out of sight. So they have to foul immediately, and if there any time is taken off the clock.
The Bulls also, Red, it appeared when Jud Buechler broke ahead of the field and took the inbounds pass from Toni Kukoc, had a 5-point lead with what, roughly 30 seconds remaining. Hey, where's Dennis? Boy,
a couple of guys with green hair. Hey, where's Dennis? Well, he's not with us. He's got 5 games after tonight. So
but down the stretch, the Sixers been making 3-point plays, and that has gotten them right back into the game.
The Bulls are going to take the ball under the basket here. This is very dangerous. Only 2 players will be back, Michael and Steve Kerr.
Harper and Buechler are up at the foul line.
4-8. You cannot take any time off the clock. Now, how many they're trying? Lucas is trying. There should be a delay of game on them.
Yeah, he's got to match up. Alston was coming off of Harper. He's got to match up with Harper now, and he does. Inbounds to Harper, who's fouled.
Only 0.8 of a second on that play. Harp to shoot 2 free throws, and they get one of the free throw shooters up there on the line.
Harp is just over 70% of the free throw line. So Toni Kukoc was shooting 78.5 from the free throw line, and had been he'd made 25 of his last 30 free throw attempts coming into tonight's game. So he missed a couple of very important free throws, as you mentioned, in the 4th quarter down the stretch here a moment ago. Harper at the line, a chance to perhaps nail it shut.
Well, the exodus of the fans certainly stopped with them in the aisle now, and everybody in the building, the sellout of 18-168 holler, and then Harp knocks one down, and that should quiet him a little bit. That gives the Bulls a 2-point lead. 4 seconds on the clock.
There are the fans right at the exits. Harper can make it a 3-point advantage here. And then the best the 76ers could do would be to hustle a 3. And he missed the free throw. Sixers Buechler stripped it away. Kukoc. Oh, man. And the ball game is over.
What a
Buechler.
Dynamite ending to a game. Bushy with the steal, Toni with the hammer.
Jud Buechler saves this one. He cut the heart out of the 76ers on more than one occasion in the final 40 seconds of the game. Watch the rebound. Weatherspoon. Buechler comes in, and with his right knee knocks it away, gathers it in to Toni Kukoc, and this is the ball game.
The Bulls win their 4th in a row now, 58. And here it is. The knee comes up, knocks the ball away. Toni gets it. He's going to finish the scoring off here, and the Bulls, Coach Phil Jackson wins his 400th game of his career.
Well, it didn't come easy, but the Bulls do score a 98-94 victory over Jerry Stackhouse and company. Stackhouse did his best with 31 points, but the Bulls come away with the win. They're 58th of the season. Back with some final comments coming up.
Hey, Bulls fans, you've just watched a close one as the Bulls win without the Worm. Coming up, the latest trials and tribulations of Dennis the Menace. Rodman's out for 6 games. Hear what his teammates and fans have to say about the suspension. Also, just how safe is your child when he logs onto the internet? The answer may surprise you. And car phones and accidents, is there a connection? These stories and one heck of a winter weather forecast is all on WGN News at 9.
AT&T shot of the game. Well, take a look at it. We just had it up a moment ago, but this really saved the contest. The rebound by Weatherspoon and the knee shot by Jud Buechler. Then the no look to Toni Kukoc. And in the final seconds, the Bulls hang on for a 4-point victory. High-flying scorer Michael Jordan, 38 points. Again, double digits in rebounds, 15 for 32 from the floor. He picked this club up and carried it on his shoulders through much of the second half. And once again, the final score, the Chicago Bulls 98, the Philadelphia 76ers 94. Our interview with Phil Jackson, and we regret we don't have time to show that to you. The news is coming up next in our next telecast on WGN Thursday night from the United Center. It's the Bulls and Knicks. And don't forget to tune in Sunday following the White Sox game for the show entitled And Now Your Chicago Bulls, featuring Dan Rowan and Red Kerr, and a review of the Bulls' history. For Red Kerr, Wayne Larrivee saying so long from the Spectrum. Stay tuned for WGN News next.